You're listening to Carolina Forest Panther Football on the Carolina Forest Panther Football Network, and it starts right now.
Hello and welcome to Carolina Forest Panther Football here on the Carolina Forest Panther Football Network. My name is Brandon Biskobing, and I'll be bringing you all the action as the Panthers have their home opener of the 2023 season when they take on the Green Wave of Summerville. Bringing on to me my partner, Preston Payne. Preston, unfortunately, Panthers not so good against Summerville, but before we get to this game and last season, let's talk about last week. A strong performance in spite of the final score. Final score looked a little not quite as good as you would think looking at it on paper, but the Panthers once again to start off the season for the third straight season dominating West Brunswick.
And I feel like the revolving theme around this Carolina Forest team is, what can we expect from this Carolina Forest team? Death, taxes, and beating West Brunswick the first game of the year for the past 3 years.
Yes.
So that's where we are at. An expected result, 49-20.
Yes.
That's expected. Now, you mentioned it not looking as good on paper as it did actually if you listen to the game or watch the game.
Yeah.
That's because it was like 49-7 at the beginning of the fourth quarter. And
by then the
second string had come in, and it really was just whatever at that point. So when we talk about it not being as good on paper, the defense looked strong last week. After a great outing by the defense, Jared Serrato played really well. Mm-hmm. Junior Jimenez played very, very well. Jamari Davis, not Cam.
I was just gonna say, what are you talking about?
Look, you called Scotty, you called Scotty Kyle Watkins the entirety of my first year here. So I think we're getting some retributions here. But
fair enough.
Jamari Davis with 2 pass deflections last week, and I think if we can build on that in this game, which we'll get to this game in just a second, but if we can continue to move that over, the offense doesn't have to score 49 or even 35 points. If we can get into a slug it out, run the ball type of game like we want to get into, I think that could bode well for the Carolina Forest Panthers offense going forward.
Even though, and we'll get to the offense in just a second, but even though the offense happily surprised us in that game, I think the big theme of last week's game was the fact that how good, especially considering the last couple of seasons, how good the defense was. And it really gives you hope going forward in this season, even if the offense isn't quite as prolific as it has been in years past, that the defense can keep us in games throughout the season. And, like they always say, that proverbial phrase, defense wins championships.
The most overused phrase in the sports world ever.
Yes.
Oh my gracious. But you talk about that contrast to what we had last season where it felt like the defense was keeping us out of games.
Exactly.
And it was the offense having to continually score and score and score. And that's what led us into the result that we had last year going into the history against Summerville. It was a horrible first quarter. Like, I don't know if you remember this from last year, but Summerville had the opening drive of the game.
Yep.
They went down, scored a touchdown.
Yep.
First couple passes from Scotty, it was incomplete and then a pick six.
Yeah.
That to start a game is really, really hard to get come back from, especially against a really good team against Summerville. And looking forward into this game, I think what I said to you before we went on air, it's gonna have to be mistake-free football.
Yes.
Like we had a lot of penalties that we didn't even talk about in last week. We had a lot of penalties, and Ethan Hamilton's 1 interception. If we go under 5 penalties for the game and Ethan Hamilton keeps the ball protected, which for the majority of the game he did, he had 1 aired pass that just was intercepted, and it is what it is. But if you can keep those 2 things under wraps, I think we have a chance tonight.
But that's going to be one of the big keys. Before we get to that, let me just go over some stats from last week. Ethan Hamilton, 145 passing yards on 7-11 passes with 2 touchdowns. and rushed for 17 yards on 3 carries and a touchdown of his own. Khalil Johnson, 131 yards on 11 carries, 3 touchdowns. And the big receiving guy, Hayden Souls, 99 receiving yards. And
kind of young, but not necessarily young, but not a lot of experience.
Yeah.
So one of those things is just playing together. We talk about that with offensive lines in college and high school, or in college and the pros. And the more an offensive line unit plays together, the better and better they're going to be. It's the communication and the synchronization of the offensive line.
And actually, looking now forward towards this game, one of the big things about last year's game, and we talked about it during the game against West Brunswick last week, is that this is a different offense from what it was last year. And the big key that hurt the Panthers last season against Summerville was that it was strength against strength, because the Green Wave had 3 Division I caliber defensive backs that utterly dominated Scott Saylor.
Yeah.
And so now this year, not only do the Green Wave not have Michael Jenkins nor Keith Elmore, who have moved on to Division I programs, as we'll take a quick break for the national anthem and then come back with some final thoughts and get you ready for the home opener here on the Carolina Forest Panther Football Network.
Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights. We switch TV channels. Some of us switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch. But what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, State Farm agent Tony McAfee, right here in Carolina Forest, can switch you over so you can start saving today. Tony and his team are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. With Tony McAfee, it's easy to switch and save. Just give him a call. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Comfort Dog Grooming Salon has been part of the Carolina Forest community pet grooming needs with quality and loving care for your pets for over 15 years. Large, medium, or small, they groom them all. They've always accepted new clients, and rebooking is easy. With 31 years experience with their staff, they're up to date on techniques and safety standards for all breeds, and the medical conditions are no problem. They're active in your community with youth sports and lending a helping hand. Call them to be a part of the family with your furry friend. 843-903-4554 or at ComfortDogSalon.com, or just stop by with your furry friend at 4006 Postal Way, Myrtle Beach.
Welcome back, as we are almost ready for football here at Carolina Forest in the home opener between the Panthers and the Summerville Green Wave. And like I was talking about before we took the break, you know, while the Green Wave do not have either Michael Jenkins or Keith Elmore, who have moved on to Division I, Jenkins at ETSU, Elmore at Presbyterian, they do still have cornerback Rylan Mitchell, who has committed to Army. So you still have that issue on the perimeter defensively. And then on the offensive side, they also have a perimeter threat in wide receiver Yannick Smith, who has committed to East Carolina. And on top of that, also on the perimeter, unfortunately,
He's on varsity.
Yeah.
Does that mean he's getting Division I offers? Not necessarily.
True.
So, I mean, I respect the Summerville defense. I think they're very, very good. It's just going to be it's just going to be a dogfight.
Yeah.
It's just going to be a dogfight. And no Michael Vick, pun intended, but Ethan Hamilton's going to have to scramble and move around to win this game. I think the 17 yards rushing in an option offense from the QB is not going to be enough to win Carolina Force this game. They're going to have to keep the defense honest. And if the defense plays well, I'm going to use the adage that I just made fun of, but I think the defense will win this game for them.
But, I mean, not obviously this is the first step. But, again, just like last year. And here's actually, and we talked about this a little bit last week, but not really much. I forget if we even talked about it on the air. But how much of an impact is the fact that the gauntlet of your schedule is at home this season instead of on the road? These next 3 weeks, just like last year, are 3 very tough opponents. And, I forgot to mention, Summerville ranked number 1 in the media poll and in the high school sports report poll. Yeah,
this is going to be one of those things where being at home, you don't have to travel.
Mm-hmm.
And while usually I would say that's a bonus, I think at some point Carolina Force is going to have to play really good football. Like, it's going to be – I don't think being at home changes the score of last year's football game.
No.
I don't think it really does. I think this team just has to go out and play really good football, and I think they can. I think they are able to. It's just, can they put all the pieces together right now, right here?
As the Panthers are getting set to take the field, the Panthers, I believe I heard correctly that they won the toss and elected to receive.
No, Green Wave declined the kickoff.
Oh, okay.
Carolina Force will receive first.
So Summerville won the toss and elected to defer, so the Panthers will receive the ball to start off the game as the Panthers take the field, and we are just moments away from getting the home opener of the 2023 season underway. Summerville taking the field.
I do like this matchup though. The all black uniforms for Carolina Force and the all white. I'll tell you what. I know I'm not supposed to be talking a lot of good things about Summerville, but their all white uniforms are clean.
They are nice.
They are clean.
But all black against all white. The little
Whoa.
Come on. You're the one that's going there.
I said the uniforms looked nice.
Yes.
Now you said you took it there. No, we're just messing around. But this will be a good game.
Yeah.
I want to see what this Panthers offense comes up with on the first drive. But either way, I think I'm ready to be. I'm so glad to be back here.
Yes.
Because last week, I don't know how many of you follow the Twitter page, but our setup last week was outdoors.
Not very accommodating. Let's put it that way.
Not this beautiful setup we have here at Carolina Force. So,
although we enjoyed the fact that we don't have to travel 2 hours for 3 straight weeks.
Are you going to talk about the Sumter press box?
No, I was going to talk about Oceanside next week.
Yeah, no, I'll take the home field press box rather than trying to drive through Charleston.
Rather than going to the Citadel?
Yeah, I'll be all right.
All right.
Anyway, I'm ready. I'm just ready for the game.
I'm ready for the game to start as well. Band getting off the field. And, hey, another thing, and it's surprising to me a little bit, but it's a good sign for the Panthers. They're receiving votes in all the polls and are ranked 13th in the High School Sports Report Sweet 16. So the win last week impressed some people, even though it was against West Brunswick, as we are just about set to get this game underway. Ball on the tee, and we are underway here in the home opener as it's a high kick. Fielded at the 10-yard line, taken out to the 20-yard line. And that's where the Panthers will start on offense.
Ball taken by number 28, Jaron Fox.
Jaron Fox with that kickoff return. Panthers come out on offense. Offensive line, Philip McLean, who had some offers on the Division I front. Tyler Dean, Braxton Radliff, Jonathan Buffon, Christian Hyun. Wide receivers as Hamilton gets set in the shotgun set, 2 wide on the far side. High snap, and it gets over Hamilton's head, and he's just going to have to fall on it at the 2-yard line. And you talked about it. Mistakes cannot happen, and on the first play of the game, a big mistake, and it creates a 2nd and long for the Panthers.
Yeah, going from the 21 to the 2-yard line is not necessarily what you want to do, and it's going to be at the 4-yard line, but either way.
And setting yourself up in a tough spot to start off your first drive of the game, threatening a potential safety. Shotgun set wide on either side for Hamilton.
To fall on the ball, but minus 17 one way, plus 15 the other, and we're basically 3rd and 12, and all things considered, I think that's a pretty good stat.
I'm going to have to look because, and maybe you'll be able to notice this on the snap. Yeah, it looks like that's number 6. Yeah, this is finally a good snap. As a short pass, tried to get it to Khalil Johnson, but it's incomplete. And now set up 4th and 12. And you'd have to imagine that the Panthers are going to punt here. And, yeah, I can't tell who the center is for the Panthers today. But you'd have to imagine it's not Braxton Ratliff since, those 2 snaps. And Hamilton backs up, and he will punt it away. Almost gets it blocked, and it's a wobbly one, and it will roll out of bounds at the 40. See where they mark it out. They're going to mark it out at the 43-yard line.
That'll bring up a first down for the Green Wave.
Well,
actually, no, they'll mark it at the 41. That's where I thought it originally went out.
Well, you want to have a test for your defense. Here it is.
Here's the ultimate test to start off. And they're actually going to mark it at the 39-yard line. So prime real estate for Summerville. Shotgun set. Bunch trips on the near side. Snap. Hands it off. And trying to get through. And still on his feet. Finally brought down by a prowl of Panthers is Trey Green. And that'll be a gain of 8. Actually, a gain of 7 for Green. And it'll set up a 2nd and 3. Looks like the Green Wave are setting up with a bunch trips on the near side a lot.
Gives more room for the running back to operate.
Yeah. Snap, they'll hand it off. Oh, no, keeping it himself is the quarterback. That is number 16, Jaden Cummings. And he will get a yard. Not quite enough for a first down. So it'll be third. Oh, yep, they're going to say he's just short. It'll be 3rd and inches for Summerville.
You would assume this is 4-down territory, but if the Panthers can hold this to a field goal or something even close, it would be huge.
Looks like they're setting in a Wildcat. They'll play action, keeping it himself and getting the first down and a little more is number 3. That is Yannick Smith, who was set up in the quarterback position, and that's enough for a Summerville first down. Yeah, that was Livingston with the tackle.
That was just one of those. They are only getting 3 yards. Like, that was a very close 3rd down play, and so far this defense looks like it is the real. Like, it's gonna be what we thought it is gonna be, and it's gonna be pretty good.
Shotgun set, 2 wide on either side. The snap, 3-step drop, looking, throws it to the far side, caught, and that is number 22, Keyshawn Washington, who he has a Wright State offer. Jaden Cummings mentioned him just now, and he is the starting quarterback for Summerville. He has a Central Michigan offer.
One of the things I want to point out before the snap, the slot corner didn't take that running back all the way to the corner, and that's kind of what allowed that pass to get off.
Pistol set, 2 wide on either side. Actually, now a 3 wide on the near side. They'll hand it off, and tripping up is number 16.
Number 16, Jake Cummings.
That is Jake Cummings, who falls down.
And now 3rd and a long 5, and now this Panthers defense could hold to a 4th and 5.
Yeah, I mean, and that would be huge.
That would be huge, especially because of what happened on the offensive drive. And you would assume the offense settles down after that first drive, and they try to do something after that. But Big play here for the defense.
Shotgun set, 2 wide on either side. Now they'll motion a receiver over to the near side. 3-step drop for Cummings. He'll throw it in. It's incomplete. And a great stop by the defense after being given a horrible field position spot to start off this game. First drive on the defense, and it looks like Summerville may go for it. This would be a
huge stop. If this is going to be, like I said, this was a big third down. This is a big fourth down here. And can this defense just get off the field?
This will determine the momentum to start off this game.
I completely agree.
Shotgun set, 2 wide on the near side plus the H-back. Cummings motions the man from the far side. He takes a 5-step drop, tries to get it short, and it's caught.
Touchdown.
And he's
he's gonna walk in.
Wow. Quintrell Pettiford.
Yeah. So what kind of happened there was a kind of a bubble screen. So they motioned number 3, the wide receiver, to the near side, and then just set up 4 blockers in front of him, and he just kind of waltzed through the hole and was able to get to the end zone. And that is just one of those where the defense just held him to fourth down but couldn't get off the field on fourth down.
It looked like it was going to be a high throw at first, but Pettiford was able to come down with it, as now the extra point will be kicked. And it is good.
That's number 87, Bennett Kelly, putting one through the uprights. And
that'll
Green Wave lead by 7.
Start this game off. 7:52 left to go in the first quarter. Panthers trailing 7-0. We'll take a quick break and come right back with more Carolina Forest Panther football action.
Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights. We switch TV channels. Some of us switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch. But what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, State Farm agent Tony McAfee, right here in Carolina Forest, can switch you over so you can start saving today. Tony and his team are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. With Tony McAfee, it's easy to switch and save. Just give him a call. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
7:52 left to go in the first quarter. First score of the game on the board, with Summerville scoring on a 4th and 5. And, I mean, I guess that kind of sets the tone for how Summerville's going to play this game, even if, you know, the Panthers cannot necessarily play their bend but don't break type defense, because Summerville's going to go for the gusto right away.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those things where I don't think the offense plays as bad as they just did.
No.
I think the offense settles down, and I think we're going to see their first real offensive drive here as the kick is up and away. It's more of a line drive kick, fielded at the 3-yard line. It'll be taken. Cutting up the middle, he's going to get hit at the 15, and it will get blown up. I didn't see who was on the return, but the Panthers will start right at the 15-yard line.
That is Jaron Fox.
He got his helmet knocked off.
Well, not just that, but the force of the kick kind of brought him back to the 2-yard line before he even got moving forward. And now, look at it. It looks like that's number 60, Anthony Coriel, who is the center today. So you have to wonder what's going on there. They'll go shotgun set with 2 running backs in the backfield, 2 wide on the near side. Hamilton will take the snap. They'll hand it off and gets blown up by a huge green wave. Khalil Johnson trying to break through and just got blown up behind the line for a loss of 1, and it's 2nd and 11.
This is not going to be a game where I think Khalil Johnson's going to get a lot of in between the tackles running.
Yeah.
I think last week we got away with it because we were playing West Brunswick.
Exactly.
This week you're going to have to get Khalil Johnson on the outside in order to get him involved.
And that's been a theme over the last couple of years, it seems, that, you know, the first game it looks good, and then you play some better competition and not so much. Shotgun set, 2 wide on the near side. Speed option. Hamilton will keep it himself, but gets taken down by a bunch of green waves after a gain of maybe 1, basically half a yard. And that'll set up 3rd and long.
And Ethan tried to get to the outside to get a little bit of, to get some room for Khalil Johnson to work, and just the defense was all over it.
3rd and long for the Panthers. Shotgun set, 2 wide on the far side. Hamilton takes the snap, hands it off to Cleo. Oh, no, Hamilton keeps it himself, but isn't able to get much. He is able to get 4 yards, but that will set up a 4th and 6.
Oh, just we'll see.
I mean, as long as the defense, because now you're punting from your own 20 instead of your own 15.
Yeah.
So the defense should get, as that almost got blocked again, and it's a very short punt, and it will take a Panther bounce, and the Panthers will down it at the 44-yard line, but still Summerville starting in Panther territory, so not quite as much of a field position change as I originally thought they might be able to get.
This one thing, though, the Summerville punt defense is being very aggressive.
Yes.
One thing you can do is take advantage of that and get around it. And if Coach Mark Morris is feeling a little ballsy, he might go for a fake punt, a fake punt play of some sort.
Shotgun set, 2 wide on the near side. Snap, 4-step drop, looking down the field, a long pass, and just overthrows Caden Clark.
Ball overthrown to number 3, Yannick Smith.
Actually, that was Yannick Smith, who Cummings was going for, but just a little too far, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
And this is where you have to capitalize if you're Cal Force. You can't let him get out of 2nd and long and be in 3rd and medium or 3rd and manageable even. You have to keep him at 3rd and 10 through 3rd and 7.
Shotgun set, 2 wide on either side. Snap, hands it off, and blowing past. I don't know who Trey Green just truck sticked, but he absolutely ran him over.
The other thing is Summerville's going very, very fast. 3rd and 1, and they're already set up.
3rd and 1. They'll snap it already. Hands it off to Green again. He'll get the first down before a prowl of Panthers take him down at the 31-yard line.
Tackled by number 99, Harold Irons. And
Junior
number 21.
Makes the tackle.
Just
looks like enough for the first
the running back is just too big.
Yeah.
He is just bigger than what we have in the linebacking core, and he's just running over 5'10",
225.
Yeah, that's not something that I want to get in front of.
Shotgun set, 2 wide on the far side. H-back on the near side. 1-step drop, going deep and overthrown again. One thing I've noticed, Jaden Cummings, not the most accurate quarterback, so that may.
And even that's what I failed to mention in the opening was whenever you're talking about those wide receivers on the outside, they're only as good as the quarterbacks that are throwing to them. So it's one of those things where doesn't really matter if you have a D1 wide receiver when your quarterback can't make.
Kind of surprising that he has a Central Michigan offer. Shotgun set, 3 wide on the far side. Cummings now looking over to the sideline for a play call. Slowing down the offense a little bit. Now he'll get set. And takes the snap. Play action. Cummings will pull it down and run himself on the near side and gets taken down at the 24-yard line. They'll mark him down at the 25. So, actually, they'll mark him down at the 24, so it will be 3rd and 3.
See, that's the thing, though. You can't, 2nd and 10, you can't let 3rd and 3 be a thing. You can't let that happen.
And Summerville takes a timeout with 3:47 left to go in the first quarter. Summerville leading by a score of 7-0. We'll take a quick break, come right back here on the Carolina Forest Panther Football Network.
Comfort Dog Grooming Salon has been part of the Carolina Forest community pet grooming needs with quality and loving care for your pets for over 15 years. Large, medium, or small, they groom them all. They've always accepted new clients, and rebooking is easy. With 31 years experience with their staff, they're up to date on techniques and safety standards for all breeds, and the medical distance are no problem. They're active in your community with youth sports and lending a helping hand. Call them to be a part of the family with your furry friend. 843-903-4554 or at ComfortDogSalon.com. Or just stop by with your furry friend at 4006 Postal Way, Myrtle Beach.
3rd and 3 at the 23-yard line for Summerville. trying to go up by 2 scores here late in the first quarter. 3:47 left to go. Shotgun set, 2 wide on either side. Cummings motions. He'll read option, and he gets blown up in the backfield for a huge loss. That is number 23, Jamori Davis, who came in from the secondary. Actually, that will be Joseph Dial, who came off of the edge and makes the tackle.
That was a big tackle,
Yeah.
too, because this is now, again, 4th and 5. Can they just get a stop on 4th and 5?
So they're going to
6.
go for it again on 4th and 6 from the 32-yard line, and another timeout is called.
It's a referee timeout, I believe.
I believe it was a substitution timeout. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure why the ref blew the whistle, but either way, we're ready to get started again. Shotgun set, 2 wide on the near side. They'll motion the far side guy over. They'll play action, throwing it, and it's almost intercepted, incomplete, and the Panthers hold for the turnover on downs.
And a big play maker that we've been seeing since the CNB Kickoff Classic, Xavion Wims on one-on-one coverage. He had no help over the top and was just able to go in and break up the pass.
Well, one thing I've noticed thus far when it comes to Cummings as a passer, he lost the ball a lot. And that could be a huge opportunity for the Panthers. If Wynn or if Davis can get underneath, or Charles McCray can get underneath one of those passes, pick 6.
And I'm telling you right now, this game could be so much different if the offense doesn't lose 17 yards on that first play of the game.
And the key right now, and it's funny, we thought this might be how the season might go. If the offense can get things going, this is a winnable game, it looks like. Speed option, Hamilton will keep it himself. Now he'll keep it himself, and will get taken down by a bunch of green waves.
Number 12.
And that will be a gain of 6. So it'll be 2nd and 4 from the 34-yard line for the Panthers.
And if we take out the rush attempt, the one that Ethan Hamilton fell on, Ethan Hamilton's got 4 rushes for 27 yards right now.
Yeah.
And what did I say going into this game? This game is going to have to be Ethan Hamilton stepping up in the running game and giving Khalil Johnson, or giving the defense options to pick from.
Shotgun set, 1 wide on either side. They'll go heavy, and they'll hand it off to Johnson. Johnson bounces through the line and will get taken down right near the line of scrimmage. Looks like they're going to give him just enough. There is a flag, however, on the play, and I have a feeling I know what that flag is going to be.
It came out late, though. It did come out late, so this could be something on Summerville, but it looked like he pointed towards Carolina Forest, so this might not be good. Oh, it's going to be. That was Philip McLean, who just was throwing his hands in the air like he just didn't care over towards the Carolina Forest sideline. Although they're talking to all sorts of refs. I don't know. Maybe this is a offsetting penalties type of thing.
Maybe. We'll have to wait to see on the ref's call.
Oh, they're moving him back.
Yep. It's going to be a personal foul.
And what did I say in the opening?
Yep.
Penalties, clean football, and I'm sure Philip has good reason to be upset.
Yeah.
But just clean football and mistake-free football is going to be what is needed. But they're going to reset the down marker.
So they'll give them the first.
So
it'll be a penalty after the run. So it will still be a first down, but they get pushed back to the 20. Oh no, they're pushed. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 23. Hamilton looking over to the sideline for a play. And they're going to bunch everyone up on the far side. Still having issues with the play call, and the play clock is running down. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2, and they're going to have to call a timeout. And
yeah,
I wonder what's going on with the offense today, because it seems like, I'm going to have to look again just to confirm, but it seems as though Braxton Ratliff is not in the game today.
Yeah.
And that caused some issues to start off the game, and now some communication issues between the sideline and Ethan Hamilton.
I think Mark Morris knows that this game is winnable.
Yes.
And I think he knows that he cannot let his players feel that the players out are, like, especially the offense, are letting him down right now.
Yeah.
I think if what you were saying is true and there's a backup center in, he's going to have to be patient with that. And if this game stays where it's at, this could be a situation where he relies on that center to make good plays, and he needs him to be in the right mindset.
Yeah.
Like we said with Hayden Souls. I'm sure
Yeah.
Mark Morris did not scream and yell at Hayden Souls after he muffed the punt last year.
Yeah.
And guess what happened? He
Yeah.
had 2 touchdowns on 4 catches.
Yeah. So back to action now with 1:33 left to go in the first quarter.
Another referee stoppage. I don't know what is going on here.
And
They keep ushering off Summerville players, and I don't know why they are. Like, number 4 just came off the field. Maybe it's uniform stuff, but
and it looks like number 28 for Summerville, that is, have to go to the overall roster here. That is Jamin Brown. He came up a little limp when he was coming onto the field, as Khalil Johnson takes the carry and gets a gain of 7. And they'll set up a 2nd and 3 from the 30 for Carolina Forest.
and if Carolina Forest can stay just ahead in the chains, like,
That can help.
that can help. And
Jamin Brown does make the tackle, even though he, like, you saw him when he was coming on the field.
Yeah.
It looked like he had a bit of a limp. Shotgun set, 2 wide on the far side. Hamilton gets the snap. He'll read option, keep it himself. He'll blow through the line, gets past the first level, and gets up to the 35-yard line. That'll be enough for a Tony McAfee State Farm Carolina Forest first down.
And if we just methodically move the ball down the field, I
Yeah.
think that's how we're going to win this game.
Yeah.
It's going to be a old school, grinded out type of game with the defenses playing well. Can you just score points?
Yeah. Shotgun set, 2 wide on the far side. Hamilton motions. Hands it off to Khalil Johnson, and he'll get blown up right at the line of scrimmage. So no gain for Khalil Johnson, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
And I think that it will end the first quarter. I don't know if they're going to line up again.
Yeah. With
10 seconds to go.
2nd and 10.
They very well could, though. No,
I don't. They're just not going to have time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Panthers are leaving the field as that will end the first quarter. And after a defensive battle to start off this game, both offenses not able to get much going thus far. We'll take a quick break and come back with the second quarter here on the Carolina Forest Panther Football Network.
Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights. We switch TV channels. Some of us switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch. But what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, State Farm agent Tony McAfee, right here in Carolina Forest, can switch you over so you can start saving today. Tony and his team are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. With Tony McAfee, it's easy to switch and save. Just give him a call. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Started the second quarter with the Panthers trying to get something going offensively, but unlike last season, they're still in this game.
Yeah, that's a big difference. The first quarter of last year's game was like 14-0 by the end of it, and Summerville had the ball.
Yeah, and I think they were close to
Scoring.
the red zone. Yeah, or in the red zone.
Or in the red zone or something like that. With this game, we have the ball. We're only down 7. This is manageable.
Yeah.
But it's the game that we all thought, that me and you thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
We thought it was going to be a grinded out, old school, be ahead in the chains type of game.
This is my type of game.
I
I know you
hate
don't
it.
like it, but I love these kinds of games.
But the thing about these games is there's so little margin of error.
Yeah, yeah.
in a game where it's a shootout, yeah, sometimes you won't score and the other team will. But, like, also, sometimes the reverse will happen.
Yeah.
If you don't score, the other team's just going to run the clock out and they'll win.
Exactly.
The margin of error is very little.
Shotgun set, one wide on either side. Hamilton takes the snap. He'll hand it off to Johnson. Johnson gets through the line, gets to the second level, gets to the third level, and he's gone! 20, 10, 5, touchdown Panthers!
Khalil Johnson with a 35-yard run. And I'm sorry, Khalil Johnson. I said you could not run between the tackles. I am sorry. But we have a touchdown between the tackles for Khalil Johnson. Do you hear me?
He just broke through the defensive front, broke through the linebackers, and he was gone. There was no one was going to stop him. That's how Khalil Johnson has to run in between the tackles. It's not so much his strength, it's he needs that open hole, and once that hole, he's like Barry Sanders. You know, once he finds that hole, he's gone.
Yeah.
And J.J. Chaddock will put it up and in, and with just a couple of seconds coming off of the clock in the second quarter, it is tied at 7.
What a run. Also, you compared Ethan Hamilton to Patrick Mahomes last week, and now you're comparing Khalil Johnson to Barry. I know you are, but Jesus. But just
those are the best comparisons I can make. Come on.
In case you couldn't tell, I'm excited about that run.
Oh yeah.
I don't get many calls because I do color commentary.
Yeah.
But I think that might be one of the. I might have to clip that and just post it on every drop board I ever do ever again because holy crap, that was electric.
That's one that's going on my highlight reel. That's for sure.
It's going on Khalil Johnson's too.
Oh yeah. Hey, you should send it to Khalil and just have him added on, have him added on top of the huddle clip.
And number one team who?
Yeah.
Number one team in 5A? 7-7. We're talking a lot of crap. This game could really go.
Yeah. I mean, this game is still very early, but the Panthers thus far, especially against the number one team in 5A, have come out swinging and are keeping this one a game. And now, we talked about this earlier. Unfortunately, that's what Mark Morris was worried about.
Well, okay. It sounds bad. However, you think about the field positions that we've had on defense the entire game. This is the longest they've been from the end zone the entire game.
True. Yeah.
It's not like they're going to say he stepped out actually at the 49-yard line.
Oh,
So it's a little bit better than what we thought. But we're talking about how this
still
is
in Carolina Forest
territory. But still one of those things where is it really that bad relatively where we've been at?
I believe that was Yannick Smith who had that return. Pistol set, 2 wide on the near side. And, the ref was whistling the blow to start the clock. They'll hand it off. Green will break through the line and get taken down at the, actually, that'll be Ashton Allen Hawkins who makes the carry for 9 yards. And I'll give the Green Wave a 2nd and 1 from the Panthers 40. Pistol set, 2 wide on the near side. They'll hand it off to Hawkins again. He'll get tackled right at the line. They will say he got enough for a first down.
I think that's a bad spot.
Yeah, but he was close.
Scrimmage. That might be a bad spot, but I mean, 3rd and 1 with 1st and 10, whatever.
So they'll give him 2 on that carry. Shotgun set, trips, bunch on the near side. The snap, hands it off to Allen Hawkins again. Allen Hawkins trying to bounce it around the edge, and he'll get pushed out of bounds after a gain of 3.
Number 26, Jonathan Fensafi.
And actually, they'll only give him 2.
Looks like maybe a gain of 1.
Yeah, so I think the defense kind of pushed him back, and then he regained his footing. And the forward progress no longer applies after the runner goes forward again. So if he gets pushed back, he goes forward. That's still where it's at.
Shotgun set, 2 wide on the near side. Green back in the game. They'll run a jet sweep, and Yannick Smith gets taken down after a gain of only 1. Just a little shovel jet sweep right there, trying to get Yannick Smith around the edge, but no dice. Panthers getting into the backfield quickly.
And here's the thing. I'm assuming they would go for it at fourth and 8 from where they're out on the field.
Yeah, probably.
But 4th and 8, we've seen the Carolina Force defense stop them multiple times. So this is a big third down, and they can get their offense back on the field. This will be huge.
Shotgun set, 2 wide on the far side. Snap, Cummings tries to throw a screen pass and is completed, but not able to get many yards. Yannick Smith once again getting taken down after a gain of 1, and that'll set up 4th and 6.
And that right
Actually,
there.
they'll push it a little bit further, so it'll be 4th and 4.
That right there, that was the play they scored the touchdown on earlier in the game. You see the adjustments that the Carolina Panthers defense is making, and 4th and 4 here is a big play.
And that's something they weren't able to do last year.
Right.
Shotgun set, 3 wide on the far side. They'll run they'll motion. Cummings gets the snap, 5-step drop, gets a screen pass out. Trey Green trying to break through, and he does. He'll get the first down and more. Gets pushed out of bounds at the 22-yard line. It looked like the Panthers had him contained, but he was just nimble enough to break through.
I don't think nimble's the word I would use. I think it's just strong.
Yeah.
I think strong. Like this is going to be one of those things where one-on-one tackling is not going to be what the Panthers do. It's going to have to be team tackling, which they've been better at this year.
Yes. Shotgun set, 2 wide on the near side. Cummings, screen pass out to Smith. Smith's juke move gets into space before getting taken down at the 14-yard line for a gain of 8.
And Junior laid the boomstick on him coming across the field. I know it doesn't count for anything in terms of yardage or whatnot, but that types of hit, you might not want to go back across the field like that again if you know he's coming back to hit you.
Shotgun set, 2 wide on the far side. Cummings takes the snap, hands it off to Green. Green tries to plow through the line, but gets held up by the Panthers. A great job by that defense, in particular Tyreek Livingston standing him up. And they will say he did get 1 yard. And they're actually marking him way ahead of what I thought it was going to be. And they'll give him the first down.
Wow.
I thought Livingston held him up.
That's
unless he reached the ball up.
That's a bad spot.
But either way, it's a Summerville first down. Cummings takes a snap, 2-step drop, throws it near side, and it's caught and pushed out of bounds right by the goal line is number 89. That is Bryce Taylor. And they'll actually say he got pushed out at the 5-yard line.
I don't think that was a good spot either.
Yeah, hey, kind of a makeup call, if you will, for the refs. As they will hand it off to Green. He'll plow forward for a gain of a couple of yards. And it'll be 3rd and inches from the 3-yard line.
This almost reminds me of the Conway game.
Yeah,
the Conway game last year where they had the 2-point conversion to win, and we held them up at the line.
Or the Laura at the CMB this year.
That too.
Shotgun set, 2 wide on the near side. They'll read option, and Cummings gets a wide open lane, but almost gets held up, but is able to jump into the end zone. And the Panthers just got completely fooled, expecting him to hand it off to Green. He kept it himself and just walks his way essentially into the end zone. And with 6:33 left to go in the first half, Summerville once again takes the lead.
And that was the best we've seen in Summerville's offense so far. And I think if that's the best, we held them to multiple 4th downs.
Yeah.
And if, in my opinion, they got a couple really good spots on some plays, that could have been a very different drive. And if that's the best we've seen Summerville's offense so far, I think I'm going to be okay.
Yeah. The extra point for Summerville. A high snap.
Blocked!
Kick is up, and it's blocked.
Go!
That,
wait, you can't return. Oh, you can't return it?
No,
Oh, that sucks.
No.
That's lame.
But
It is blocked.
that could be a big play in this game, because if the Panthers are able to score a touchdown and get an extra point, they're in the lead now.
Right. And
So now instead of just fighting to try to tie the game back up, now as long as you're able to stay with Summerville, as long as they don't score a 2-point conversion or anything.
Which, that would be something, does Summerville chase the 2-point conversion now? Do they chase to get that point back? And if they
Probably
do,
not this early in the game,
Right.
but later on in the game, that blocked extra point could be a big play.
it could be.
So with 6:33 left to go in the first half, Panthers offense will come back on the field trying to...
I still think it's lame that you can't return that. That's lame.
Yeah.
In every other level of football, that's a live ball. Stupid SCHSO. I think we've been saying that a lot this year, though.
Yeah.
But
So can Khalil Johnson break another big one?
well, that's what I was gonna. Well, what I was getting ready to ask you was, can the offense now? I'm the firm believer that big plays like that are not they're not repeatable, like time in and time out. So
Depends upon who you are, because, I mean, you were here for the first season. Luke Jeanette could break those runs all the time.
right, but I also think Khalil Johnson is not Luke
Well,
Jeanette.
true. Very true.
While Khalil Johnson, don't get me wrong, is a great runner. But is this offense did the offense get bailed out just now? That's what I'm asking you. Do you think they got bailed out?
Maybe a little bit. I don't necessarily know. I mean, that's going to be the key in this drive, especially after the blocked extra point. Now you have the opportunity to take that, even though the Green Wave scored a touchdown, you have that opportunity to basically take that little bit of momentum that you just got back from the blocked extra point. And if you can score a touchdown here, especially a big one, it could be big in the momentum game going into the second half.
But outside of that 65-yard touchdown, they don't have a single run over 20 yards. That's kind of what I mean.
Yeah.
It's, as
No,
the
I get
kickoff
what you're saying.
is up, and it is no, it is not. It is going to go out of bounds, and that means the Panthers will start at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, that's a big boost for the Panthers.
And conversely, we talked about Summerville's worst field position starting this last drive. Again, and I said 40. I meant
30.
30.
Yeah,
I
but
meant
still
the best field position we've had all night. So gain 5 yards and then have another 65-yard Khalil Johnson touchdown run. That's what we're saying.
Yep.
Wait, yeah, the 35.
Oh, yeah. You were right. You were right originally. Just everyone. Oh no,
35.
It was 35. You're right.
What is going on? What is happening?
If we haven't noticed anything yet thus far this season between the CNB and now during the regular season, the refs are very rusty.
Yes, I would completely agree.
So Panthers will go shotgun set, one wide on either side to start off this drive. Hamilton gets a low snap, one-step drop, throws it a little high and incomplete.
Yeah, that was a
Trying
miscommunication.
to get it to,
number 88.
I believe,
Lawson
it
Barnes.
was Lawson Barnes trying to go to.
But I think that might have been a miscommunication.
Yeah.
I think so Hayden Souls was on the outside there, and that ball was thrown towards the outside. So I'm assuming he thought that was the inverse. I think he thought Lawson Barnes was coming back towards him, and Hayden was going out. But either way, second and long. Now you just got to go get some yards.
And something I've noticed thus far is the Panthers have been going very heavy, 2 tight end sets thus far in this game. They'll hand it off to Johnson. Johnson gets a hole again. He's got the first down and more. And finally, he's still on his feet. And finally, a tsunami of Green Wave have to take him down. But he gets into Summerville territory.
Uh-oh.
And
No. I mean, like Khalil Johnson's getting loose.
yeah.
Runner. He's going to get some big plays anyway.
Shotgun set, one wide on the other side. Low snap. Hamilton, no step drop. Throws it deep and a little overthrown.
That one was trying to go to Lawson.
Yeah.
Ball just overthrown.
So that'll set up a 3rd and 6.
But the interesting thing is that they're getting open.
Yeah.
Like Lawson had his man beat. It's just can Ethan Hamilton hit the right spot and be able to get a big play on the receiving end?
Shotgun set, 1 wide on either side. Hamilton.
There's a flag.
Oh. Okay.
I don't know who moved, but if it's on Summerville, a 3rd and 6 turns into 3rd and 1, and that's huge.
Yeah, that is a big change in the type of plays you have available.
3rd and 1.
And they were called offsides or neutral zone fraction. Either way, it's a 5-yard penalty, and now the Panthers only have 1 yard to gain to get another first down.
I say they just cut it even and go 40 yards for a touchdown.
Hamilton takes a snap, hands it. Oh, no, read option. Hamilton keeps it himself. He'll get the first down and more. Still on his feet and finally gets dragged down at the 31-yard line. Actually, they'll mark it at the 33-yard line, but that'll be enough for a Tony McAfee State Farm Carolina Forest first down.
And that is why you run the ball so much with your running backs. That is why, because you set up the read option. And that is why Ethan Hamilton's early runs, even if they're not for big gains, that's why they're so important. Because now that the running backs have been established, now you have Ethan Hamilton on the read option to go make some plays.
Shotgun set, 2 wide on the near side. Hamilton takes the snap. He'll hand it off to Johnson. Johnson blasts through the line and gets taken down at the 30-yard line after a gain of 4. And Khalil Johnson, for all we talked about him not being much of a north to south running back,
that's all he's been doing.
He's been doing it very effectively thus far in this game.
And that is a good sign because if you're able to get to the outside and go in between the tackles, that is
you're
huge.
Dangerous.
Yes.
Shotgun set, 2 wide on the near side. Hamilton takes a snap, rolls out to his right, looking, throws it, and it is incomplete. I'm not sure if he was even necessarily trying to get it to Christopher Livingston, but
either way,
it was incomplete.
There's a flag down though.
There is a flag on the 35-yard line.
And I believe that I would assume this is what we all think it is, and it's going to be holding. Yeah. But I've been wrong before. Yeah, they're going to march him back.
Yeah, they're moving the Panthers back. So, and you were right, it is holding.
But 2nd and I believe 14.
Yeah. So not quite as bad as it could be.
I mean, they almost escaped out of a 2nd and 27. So
yes.
You know.
So now it'll be 2nd and 14 from the 40.
But we went into this game saying we have to play mistake-free football, and outside of that first drive, I think we've done that.
Yeah, outside of I think that was the first holding call.
Yeah.
So they've done better on that front. Shotgun set, 2 wide on the near side. Hamilton will keep it himself on the speed option and just gets 1. Not really much available to him on that run attempt. The Green Wave had it covered very well. And that'll set up a 3rd and long.
So the bad part about this, though, is Ethan Hamilton is currently 0 for 4 right now. And not a whole lot of passing volume, not a whole lot of no completions. This is going to be one of those where Ethan Hamilton's going to have to make a throw or run to get a first down. It's going to be the Ethan Hamilton show on this play.
Shotgun set, 2 wide on either side. Hamilton takes the snap, 5-step drop, screen pass out to Khalil Johnson. He's got a bit of a lane, but gets pushed from behind at the 31-yard line. That will not be enough for the first down, and you'd have to wonder what they're going to do here now on a 3rd and 7.
While it might not be enough for a first down, it makes it 4th and manageable.
Yeah.
And they're not putting J.J. Chaddock. I wouldn't kick a field goal from here.
No, definitely not.
So, and I don't think you punt from here either.
Yeah.
So I like that play call. It gets you yardage. It gets you into 4th and manageable. And it gets you to a point where even if you don't get it, you're not giving up huge field position.
Looks like they're going to go for it with 3 minutes left to go in the half. Shotgun set, 3 wide on the far side. Lead before the end of the half. And what
they get the ball
I
inside the
was
second half.
about to say that. That's what hurts the Panthers even more, is that if the Green Wave are able to score here and Carolina Forest is not able to make a drive before the end of the half, Summerville's up by 2 scores with the ball at the beginning of the second half.
Right, which makes this drive even more important.
Yes. Summerville setting up on offense. Shotgun set, 2 wide on the far side. Taking the snap, Cummings hands it off to Green. Green tries to bounce it inside, and he'll get wrangled down by a prowl of Panthers after a gain of 6. And, I mean, Trey Green, he's got that. He's more of a power back, but he's got those elusive feet at the same time.
Right, and that's what makes you really dangerous.
Yeah.
That's what gives you the Derrick Henry archetype
Exactly.
to go make plays.
Shotgun set, 2 wide on either
Good
side,
tackle.
and Henry gets pulled down in the backfield. That will be number 28.
26.
Or
6.
Oh, okay. Jonathan Principe makes the tackle, the
And-
defensive end. And he did a great job getting around his blocker and just being able to get into
And
the
that was a
backfield.
one-on-one tackle with
Yeah.
the guy that we said we couldn't tackle one-on-one.
Yeah, exactly.
So that should tell you something. And
This-
that play right there makes it a 3rd and medium, which I would assume a passing play here.
This is a huge play to end the half. Shotgun set, 2 wide on the far side. They'll hand it off. They run looked like it was supposed to be like an inverted veer, handing it off to Green, and he will get just enough for a first down. Right past the line to gain. So it'll be a Summerville first down at the 43-yard line.
I was wrong. It was a run.
Yes, it was.
It was.
I mean, when you've got a back like Trey Green,
Yeah.
this is like last year with Oceanside. They'll go 5-step pass. This time they decide to throw it, and it is incomplete. Tried to get it to Yannick Smith. And especially considering, have you been keeping stats for Summerville?
I
at all?
have not.
Okay.
But
I
would tell you right now, the QB would not have a whole lot of passing yards,
I was gonna
and the
s-
running back would
I-
have a whole lot.
I was going to ask, has he even made a completion
I don't think he
yet?
has.
Shotgun.
Besides, but no, because the jet sweep would count as a
Right,
pass.
okay, fair enough. Shotgun set, 3 wide on the near side. Getting pressure for the Panthers, scrambling out and throwing it completed. This time getting it completed to Yannick Smith.
There is a flag on the field, though.
So if depending upon what the flag, that was enough for a first down and to get Summerville in Panther territory. But I have a feeling this one's coming back.
I have a feeling, too.
Because with how much time...
Yeah, they're moving back.
with how much time Cummings had in the pocket, and the fact that he had to scramble out, there had to have been a holding there.
Yeah. And we're not going to have time, I don't think, for a
Drive.
drive.
But
if a stop happens and Summerville only gets a chance to go with one drive in the start of the second half, that would be huge for the Carolina Forest Panthers.
So it'll be 2nd and 16 from the 38-yard line. Shotgun set, 2 wide on either side. Cummings motions. Takes a snap, 3-step drop, looking down the field, throws it deep, and it is a little bit too far for Yannick Smith. Yannick Smith was looking for a flag, thought he got tripped up,
Now,
but I think he just lost his balance.
I think he lost his balance, but also Jamari Davis fell, which
Yeah.
if this is defensive pass interference, I will be livid.
Oh, there is a flag. So, yeah, I think it might be because I think
I will be livid
You're-
if it's defensive pass interference.
I have a feeling it's going to be, though.
No way.
I'm just telling you right now.
Wow.
There's a flag on the play.
Because I agree with you. I don't think he actually touched him.
They're marching him backwards.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's a holding.
Or unless they're going from 15 yards from the down marker.
But it would be 15 yards from – oh, yeah, they're moving him forward.
No, they don't. He doesn't have the ball. I don't know.
I thought –
We're all speculating. Okay, yeah,
Wait.
they are moving him forward. What? Oh, my gosh. It's pass interference on the defense, but that is horrible.
I mean, I don't think – you can see how it looks, but I don't think he touched him.
That is horrible.
Now's the time when we need the instant replay for pass interference, like in the NFL. No. That's a bad call though. So it'll be Saucier because there are 286 and he's in the spot where 84 should be.
I think they're moving this play back there. There was a penalty on Summerville, maybe. Yeah, they're not spotting the ball where he finished his skedaddle at.
So another penalty.
Holding.
And it's going to be a holding on Summerville. And, I mean.
This is a sloppy game.
It's the beginning of the season.
It is.
But with only 53.8 seconds left to go in the first half, Summerville has to start moving quickly if they want to score before the half's over. Rolling out to his right is Cummings. Cummings still looking, and he'll fall and get... Oh, wow, he actually got that pass off before he got tackled, and he gets it out to Keyshawn Washington, who makes the catch and goes out of bounds at the 39-yard line.
And the worst part about it is he got out of bounds.
Yeah,
so
that stops the clock at 45 seconds. Shotgun set 2 wide on either side. Cummings takes the snap, 3-step drop, throws it to the far side, caught, trying to stay inbound before finally being is Keyshawn Washington again.
And that'll be another first down, which also stops the clock momentarily. But now
clock
the clock's
is still
moving,
running.
And it'll be
now they'll finally blow it dead. But a couple seconds did come off the clock for the Panthers.
That's that home field officiating.
Exactly.
Or home field clock management.
Timekeeping. 25.3 seconds left to go in the half. And
the ref is coming over to talk to Mark Morris.
Waiting to hear something.
No? Maybe?
Nope.
Hello? Hello?
Well, looks like Mark Morris got his explanation, whatever it was. And we are set to get underway.
Maybe?
Now the Summerville coach is talking. I believe they're talking about the clock.
I would assume so.
I think they're wanting, now they're going to add a few seconds to the clock. And Panther fans are not happy. Panther fans are booing that decision, so they'll add a little under 3 seconds onto the clock. 28 seconds left to go in the first half. And
they're gonna put more on time. They're asking for more time. Wow.
38. They add another 10 seconds onto the clock.
Wow.
And now it is 38 seconds. They'll snap the ball. 3-step drop. Throwing it deep. And it is incomplete.
Wow. So after all that, another 7 seconds on the clock with 31 seconds. And now we are sitting at 2nd and 10 after an incomplete pass.
Once again, trying to go to Yannick Smith. But again, there is a flag on the...
It's on Summerville. It's a holding.
So they'll push the Green Wave back.
I'll tell you what, this last drive has felt like an eternity.
It's funny, the first quarter went by so fast because of all the running plays, and now the last 2 minutes of the second half have dragged.
Uh-huh. Now, one thing, regardless of the end of this game, I don't think Summerville is going to keep their #1 ranking after this week.
Unless they come out and completely dominate
the second
half. Pistol set 2 wide on either side.
Oh, they're going to get a offside.
And an offside on the Panthers. And I mean, the good thing for the Panthers is it's gone both ways. but especially the second quarter has been very sloppy.
Yeah. I think these refs are also they were not benefiting from the week 0 training that the West Brunswick refs got.
Pistol set, 2 wide on either side. Ball on the 32-yard line. Cummings takes a snap, 3-step drop. Looking, scrambles out to his right and just throws it away.
25 seconds left, and that was good defense in the back half in that secondary, and that is what happens when the secondary does their job. That gets pressure on the QB, and the QB has to throw the ball away. When the QB has to scramble out of the pocket.
Brings up a second down.
Cummings takes the snap, 5-step drop, throws a little dump pass, and it's incomplete, trying to get it to Sheldon Glenn.
Brings up a third.
And it will be a 3rd and 16. And this is essentially for momentum going into the locker room at halftime. Because with just maybe 15 seconds, 10 seconds left on the clock when if the Panthers get the ball back, they're not going to try to do anything. Shotgun set, 3 wide on the near side. Cummings takes the snap, 5-step drop, looking, getting some pressure, and he's going to throw it away again.
Now, okay, I said holding, and I'm sorry to ruin your play-by-play call.
Yeah.
But Junior Jimenez was on. He's the DN.
Yeah.
He was on the outside just bullying his offensive lineman. Where he was lined up, he was just bullying him, and there was clear holding. Like Junior just could not get around the edge because he was just being held. And that's what I'm talking about. I'm not saying the refs are like cheating. But I think the refs are being really ticky-tacky with some things like the defensive pass interference and are being really lenient on other areas.
We'll talk about this a little more at the half, or we'll talk about this before we go to break for the half. But unfortunately, there is kind of whether intentional or unintentional, there is kind of this unwritten rule in refs of any sport that the more prestigious team, the more prestigious players get those
ticky-tacky calls.
Exactly.
But my thing is, as Summerville just took a timeout, so that's where we're waiting on.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where clearly Summerville is not that much better than Carolina Forest is as of right now. Like, But
I think even outside, even going beyond the number 1 ranking in the polls, even if Summerville was having a down year, I feel like they would still get those calls just simply because they're Summerville.
Yeah.
They are essentially, at least in terms of history, they are the Alabama of South Carolina high school football.
Yeah. If Alabama had won a state title in 20 years.
Okay, I'll use a better example. The Notre Dame.
Okay, there you go.
The Notre Dame of South Carolina high school football.
I do think that's a more accurate.
Shotgun set, 3 wide on the near side. Cummings gets the snap, 5-step drop, steps up in the pocket, gets some pressure, tries to get the ball off, and he does, and it's caught!
Incomplete.
Oh, no, incomplete. A little high. Looked like Sheldon Glenn had a chance to catch that ball, but was not quite able to hang on to it. And with 6.1 seconds left to go in the half, the Panther defense has a big stop to get some momentum into the halftime.
And I want to shout out Xavion Wins right there.
Mm-hmm.
He made a beautiful play on that ball. Broke the ball up because realistically, if that ball's caught, it's a first down, and that stops the clock, and they get up and they run one more play now.
Well, they do also have 1 timeout.
Right. So now instead of that happening, we have a kneel down, and we're going into the halftime only down 1 possession.
Yep.
And our defense has played very, very well.
Technically less than a possession. Because,
Right.
I mean, it is 1 possession because if they kick a field goal or whatnot. But it's it's less than a touchdown.
Right, because of the the blocked PAT earlier.
Yeah. So we'll take a quick break and come right back with some first half stats and analysis and get you ready for the second half here on the Carolina Forest Panther Football Network. 13-7, Panthers trailing Summerville here at the half.
Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights. We switch TV channels. Some of us switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch. But what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, State Farm agent Tony McAfee, right here in Carolina Forest, can switch you over so you can start saving today. Tony and his team are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. With Tony McAfee, it's easy to switch and save. Just give him a call. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Comfort Dog Grooming Salon has been part of the Carolina Forest community pet grooming needs with quality and loving care for your pets for over 15 years. Large, medium, or small, they groom them all. They've always accepted new clients, and rebooking is easy. With 31 years experience with their staff, they're
Welcome back as we are at halftime here at Panthers Stadium with the Panthers trailing Summerville 13-7, and it's been an interesting game thus far, and I don't know what. Going into this game, did you think it was going to be as close as it is at the half?
I think, again, like I said, I think there was a world where this is the outcome. I think there's a world where this was the case. I didn't think it was going to be this close. However, I think this was a lot better than what everyone had us doing in this game.
Yeah.
I think if you asked Ian Guerin, Maori News, I think if you asked him, he'd probably say it'd be 21-7, 21-0 at halftime.
Yeah.
I think even if you asked us, I think you would say it's probably gonna like our score. Okay, I'll spoil a little bit.
Yeah.
Your final score for the game was going to be 28-14.
Yeah.
Which I guess technically is still in the realm of possibility. I said 35-21. I thought it was going to be a little bit more high scoring.
Yeah.
I don't think either one of us envisioned that scoreboard 13-7 at the end of one.
No. Well, at the end of the half.
At the end of one half.
Yeah. Speaking of Ian Guerin, do you want to hear a score that basically proves, as long as the Panthers continue playing the way they've been playing tonight throughout the season, that the Panthers pretty much have home field advantage for the playoffs locked down?
Let me hear it.
Socastee and Silver Bluff. 34-0 Silver Bluff.
No.
Yep.
Wow. That's a score. That is a score. Before we run through the rest of the Region 5-5A scores, I'm going to run through some stats real quick.
Yep.
Starting with our offense. As I mentioned earlier, Ethan Hamilton hadn't really been passing the ball all that well. He is 1 of 6 with 9 yards. So obviously not the greatest stat line there from Ethan Hamilton. But rushing the ball, we have a great stat line from Khalil Johnson. 100 rushing yards even.
Wow.
Yeah, right. On 7 carries for 100 yards and the touchdown. So a little over 10 yards a carry with the touchdown, basically keeping us in this game right now.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about Ethan Hamilton's low passing numbers, but his rushing yards, 23 rushing yards on a solid amount of carries, looking about a 7 yards a carry. So again, one of those things where I think one of those Ethan Hamilton is getting the in-between gritty yards, Khalil Johnson breaking those big runs. Ethan Hamilton has 8 carries, by the way, not 7. Christopher Livingston with 1 carry for 4 yards, and then Khalil Johnson caught the only completed pass from Ethan Hamilton for 9 yards. And then tackling-wise on the defensive side, Jonathan Priscopo and Junior Jimenez both lead the team with 3. So that's where we're at. Stats-wise, I think the big takeaway is Khalil Johnson is impressing us.
Oh, yeah. He is doing very well. Interesting score, kind of on the flips. Well, although Myrtle Beach isn't exactly as good as they have been years past. But at the end of a quarter, now this was 24 minutes ago, so not sure what the score is as of right now. But the latest that I can find, 14 all in the Myrtle Beach Conway game.
Wow.
At the end of one.
Wow. Also, we both really like Ian Guerin. Ian Guerin's a very good guy. We both love him.
Yep.
But the fact that he ditched us, the Summerville Carolina Forest game for
Sockasty and Silver Bluff, yeah, that's. I was expecting him to go to Myrtle Beach Conway.
You know, but Sockasty River Bluff. But
yeah, I don't get that one. I don't get that one. But going to the next level, college football season starting this week. No players for either of these teams playing this week, but for Summerville, Michael Jenkins and Keith Elmore, both from last year's class. Jenkins with East Tennessee State, Elmore with Presbyterian. Jonathan Bennett is a senior at Liberty, and Adam McKenna, a redshirt sophomore for Rhode Island. And Summerville has a few guys at the next level in the NFL. A.J. Green, obviously, probably the biggest name to come out of Summerville. Zach Bailey with L.A. with the Chargers, and Shaquan Davis, wide receiver for the Saints.
I'll make sure to pick him up on my fantasy.
Hey, that would be an interesting little thing. You could probably make a full fantasy team out of players that have played for the teams that Carolina Forest has played against.
That is something kind of crazy. That's kind of that's wild.
Yeah. Because, obviously you have Hunter Renfro for Sockasty.
Right.
You've got Braylon Edwards for Conway, a few other Conway players.
Yeah.
So,
just something to think about.
Yeah. So what moving forward into the second half, what do the Panthers have to do in order to... Obviously, they want to keep this game close, but what do they have to do to get over that hump?
It has shown that it can move the ball against Summerville. It is possible.
Yeah.
It's just, can you do it consecutively?
Just need to make a few adjustments. It's amazing at how well this team is playing.
It really makes you wonder, where would they be if that first drive didn't go haywire?
Exactly.
It really makes you wonder.
If they didn't make all of those mistakes to start off that first drive.
And the majority of those are fluke mistakes.
You're
not going to have a million over-the-head snaps in a game.
No.
Those are the vast majority of those were just fluke mistakes that happen once or twice a game.
Yeah. Oh, I've got a Myrtle Beach Conway update, and you were right.
I was right in what way? I like hearing that I'm right.
You said Myrtle Beach was going to dominate them?
Oh, yeah?
35-14 with just under 3 minutes left to go in the second quarter.
And you said at the end of the first quarter it was
14 all. Yeah.
Jeez.
So 21 points unanswered in the second quarter.
Wow. Yeah. Ooh, that's quite the shellacking.
Yes, quite the shellacking indeed. But yeah, I mean,
who's Summerville play or not Summerville?
Sumter?
Who's Sumter?
Ridgeview.
Ridgeview. Have you seen?
That's
really the only game that I'm.
Yeah, I'm looking to see if there are any updates. I'm also looking to see if St. James has an update.
I'll hunt with you. But just going back to this game, I think the only bad part of this game would be the offensive woes to start the game.
Yeah.
Like, their first 2 drives were pretty bad. However, they've bounced back with a touchdown and some other good drives. Maybe that drives that end in points, but good drives that do something.
Yeah.
So I think that could be something to build on as we move forward in this game.
And something to think about, something to think about, moving forward, not only just in this season, but also, or not just in this game, but moving forward in the season. How and we talked about it. Obviously, getting a win would be huge, but even a close loss, how much of a momentum boost and a confidence boost is this going into the next 2 games that are also going to be very tough?
Oh, yeah.
And Sumter is up 28-7 on Ridgeview with 6:17. This was 14 minutes ago, but with 6:17 left to go in the second quarter.
So, Sumter's good at football. What else is new?
I mean, until someone can beat them, Sumter is the team to beat in Region 5. And then Carolina Forest is basically is probably second. And then, like we talked about last week, it's going to be that battle for third and fourth between the other 3.
Yeah, I wonder what this region looks like at the end of the year.
Yes, because there's another realignment.
Another realignment, but also just this year, St. James looks like they could be maybe the 3rd best team in Region 5-5A.
Yeah.
Connor Schwalm won some award this past week for the lower state 5A. I forgot where I saw it, but it was some state award for lower state. So if Connor Schwalm is as good as advertised, why can't St. James be that 3rd team in 5A where they could possibly get a home game in the playoffs?
Well, let's hope not. They changed the bracket formatting to where
that could possibly be a thing.
Yeah.
So I think this is one of those years where I think this is the best Carolina Forest team. Now, obviously, they'd have to based on what we're seeing right now.
Yeah.
We're saying Summerville's not as good as they were last year.
No.
Yada yada yada.
I mean, which we kind of already talked about going into this game.
Right. But here's my deduction. This team, this Summerville defense, is very corner defensive back oriented.
Mm-hmm.
What was the one thing that we did very, very well last year?
Pass.
Throw the football.
Yeah.
We didn't see a whole lot of the Summerville running defense because we didn't have to throw because we were down so much.
Yeah, exactly.
So
and also the running game wasn't nearly as good as this
one. So this is one of those where I think maybe Summerville's not as strong as they were, but they're still ranked number 1 for a reason.
Yeah.
Carolina Forest, I think, is putting the state on notice with this game right now.
Now, I know that polls are very subjective, but do you think a close loss in this game actually pushes the Panthers up in the polls next week?
think yes, and I think that's the reason that Mark Morris does the things that he does.
Yeah.
Because a close loss against a Summerville team, I think, is better in some cases than a win against a West Brunswick or, I don't know, name some random team in the region. In the area.
Like
you know what I mean?
Green Sea Floyd or something.
Or a whatever.
There's
a reason he plays South Florence Oceanside Academy
very effectively and maybe gets some good field position for the offense.
Right.
Then you're off to the races.
And that is the one thing where you talked about earlier how Summerville's quarterback is just lofting balls up there.
Yes. Oh, if you could get a pick and maybe even pick 6.
Right. And we've seen the returnability from Xavion Wins and
Jamari Davis
and those types of things. And even the defensive line, we saw in the CMB Kickoff Classic, Junior Jimenez getting into the backfield, strip sack, scoop and score for the touchdown. We've seen those things from this defense. It's going to be, again, fluke occurrences.
Yeah.
Can you take advantage of those fluke occurrences and win a football game like that?
I mean, it's basically kind of the reverse of what we were talking about during the pregame. We were talking about avoiding mistakes for the Panthers, but it's also creating those mistakes and creating those opportunities, primarily on the defensive side, that could make or break this game. I think this game, who wins this game will come down to who can make the least mistakes in the second half.
And I think Summerville's quarterback, Cummings,
Yeah.
I think he is playing fast and loose with the football.
Yes.
The way he carries the ball, it's almost like it's
especially when he gets forced out of the pocket.
Right, and I think it's almost Lamar Jackson-esque in how he holds the football. Like Lamar, my mom's a Ravens fan, so I'm going to speak to that a little bit.
Yeah.
My mom screams and squeals every time Lamar Jackson has the football because he holds it out like he's palming a basketball.
Well,
and that is not safe to carry. The only reason Lamar Jackson gets away with it is because he's Lamar Jackson.
Yeah. Not only that, but also the way he's been just kind of lofting it up into the air when he gets pressure. Yes, a lot of times it is to the sideline and out of bounds, but he threw that one right into the middle of the field, and if there was someone there close enough, it could have easily been picked.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, as I believe the Carolina Forest kickoff team is coming out on the field.
Yes, we are getting set to start the second half with Carolina Forest getting ready to kick it away to get this third quarter underway.
And I like that they got jump around playing out here. I'm about to start getting up and jumping around.
This isn't Wisconsin.
Whoa, wow. That's wild.
As the second half is underway, this time not so much a squib, but not exactly a long kick like last time, and it will go out of bounds, and that will give the Green Wave good field position to start off.
We're saying good field position,
but relative.
The 35-yard line might actually be the worst field position they've had all day.
Yes.
Like, in all reality, that is perfect. And here we go. This is it.
This I don't want.
They're going to take the yardage on the kickoff, but they're going to send the kickoff backwards.
Oh, okay.
Heard Summerville's getting greedy. I say you just keep kicking it out of bounds. Like you just keep digging. Like you
just keep on getting pushed back and back and back.
Keep making him like. At what point do you just go, you know what, whatever?
So now kicking it from the 35-yard line. This time he lofts it high, fielded at the 25-yard line, and getting up to essentially the 35. May have gotten maybe a yard more, but
like that was not worth.
Is that really worth it? Yeah.
What we just went through.
A pretty generous spot. They'll give it to him at the 37. Oh, nope, they do put it at the 36. Okay. So, yeah, they got half a yard off of that, putting the penalty on the kickoff.
Yeah.
They'll go pistol to start off this drive. Too wide on the near side. Cummings takes a snap, hands off to Green. Green gets a wide open hole on the near side and gets tripped up at the 41-yard line. So they'll give him the 42.
And Charles McCray with on the huddle, they're gonna use that tackle as the teaching method for the rest of history. That he got low, took Green's legs out from underneath of him, and he just cleared him off the ground.
Yep. They will mark him at the 41, so it will be 2nd and 6. Shotgun set, 2 on the far side. They'll hand it off to Green again. Green tries to bounce through the hole, and he does and gets up to the 50-yard line, and that'll be enough for a Summerville first down.
And Green has been prolific in the running game, but also he's definitely had those runs that only.
Yannick Smith on the carry.
And
They'll mark him down at the 45, actually.
I didn't quite see who came in and
Yeah.
just kind of he went for the ball, and I think at that point you just go for the tackle because I think he gained an extra 2 yards
Yeah.
based on him going for the ball and not going for the tackle.
So it'll be 2nd and 5 from the Carolina Forest 45, and they will go with the Wildcat again.
You got to watch the QB on the Wildcat though.
Yannick Smith, they'll keep it himself again, breaks through the first level, and gets taken down at the 39-yard line. And that'll be enough for a Summerville first down.
And I get the QB in the Wildcat isn't the QB. I meant like
Yeah,
the actual
no,
QB.
I get what you're
The
saying.
QB was lined up on the outside, and sometimes you
Oh,
forget
yeah,
about him.
yeah.
And I don't care who you are. I could make a throw from sitting down and throw to a wide open target for a
Go with the
Tom Brady in Germany.
no, the Eagles in the Super Bowl.
Philly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now Cummings will come back, pistol set, hands it off to Green. Green gets a hole on the far side, gets around the corner, and gets taken down at the 31-yard line.
And Charles McCray. So Charles McCray is not a big guy. Like Charles McCray is pretty like average size for a high schooler, but he's just got 2 one-on-one tackles with Trey Green, and that just goes to show how getting low and getting to the legs can just take away a running back's ability to even get any more yardage.
They'll mark him down at the 34-yard line. Set up the ball in the middle of the field. Shotgun set. 2 wide on the near side. Cummings takes the snap, hands off to Green again, and he'll get taken down right past the line of scrimmage. He'll get a gain of 2, actually 3, but the Panthers will hold him up just short of the line to gain for the first down, and it'll be 3rd and 1.
The forward progress just seems so much further up than where I'm assuming.
Well, because I think what it is he's getting into the pile, getting forward, and then the Panthers are pushing him back.
Yeah. Big 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2
Yeah.
here, though.
Shotgun set. 1 wide on either side. H-back basically right behind the center. They'll hand it off to Green, and he will get enough. They moved Yannick Smith on the snap, and Green gets enough down before Braylon Fernandez brings him down. And it'll be 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line.
And the first time we've called Braylon Fernandez's name, and that's kind of surprising considering the impact he had on the West Brunswick game and in the CMB Kickoff Classic.
Shotgun set, 1 wide on either side.
Fumble.
No motion again, and it's a high snap, and it's fumbled. Falling on it is Cummings at the 40-yard line. And actually, they'll mark him at the 39-yard line, but still a big loss for Summerville. And now they have a 3rd and 21.
Second.
Or excuse me, 2nd and 21.
But we said in the halftime show, take advantage of the miscues
Mistakes.
on the Summerville side. This is right here. You cannot let him out of 2nd and 22.
Yeah. They'll go shotgun set, 3 wide on the near side. And you have to imagine that they're passing it here. No, actually, play action, and they throw it completed and going down the far sideline and stepping out of bounds around the 20-yard line is number 84. That is Emery DeSaury.
And it'll be 3rd and 4, and that's exactly what I said could not happen. The defense, the linebackers in that middle of the field just completely bit on the run, and just 84 was able to just come up behind them, and it was an easy slant route to hit if you're Cummings.
They'll go pistol, 1 wide on either side.
I wonder who they're going to.
I have a feeling I know, and they do. They'll hand it off to Green. Green tries to bounce through the line and finally gets taken down by a prowl of Panthers after maybe a gain of 1.
Where? They're going to give him the first down.
Wow.
I mean, that was a lot closer than I think some of the other first downs that they've given in Summerville.
First down.
But barely.
But what's bad about this drive as well for the Panthers is now obviously if they stop him or if they stop them, that helps. But especially if Summerville is able to score, they've already taken off half of the clock in this third quarter. Shotgun set, 2 wide on the near side. They'll hand it off. Oh, no, play action, and throwing it. And is caught by Yannick Smith down the middle of the field, and that'll be enough for another Summerville first down, and that sets them up in goal-to-goal situation, marked down at the 5-yard line.
And that's what, like we said for Carolina Forest, that's what running the ball effectively gets you. It gets you wide open slots to just throw the ball in slants.
They'll go pistol, play action. Rolling out to his right and throwing it into the end zone and caught by number 22, Keyshawn Washington, for the touchdown. And that's textbook football right there. Use the running game, make the defense come up, and then use the play action. And with 5:37 left to go in the game, it is now 19-7 Summerville.
And
they are not going for the two-pointer.
It's blocked again.
It's blocked again. And if only the Panthers would be able to return that. Hey, that's impressive that the Panthers have been able to block 2 extra points.
With a nice defensive play.
We're going to, if we come back and win this game, those 2 blocked PATs
are going to
be massive. Yeah. Like that is huge that you're able to block 2. And now 2-point conversion doesn't even really
exactly.
The touchdown would very much help them.
Yes.
But the 2-point conversion, if it gets to a 1-score game, doesn't even help them.
Exactly.
Now the offense has to score fast.
Yes. Because there's only 5:37 left to go in the third quarter. So Summerville will kick it off, and the Panthers will get the ball for the first time in this second half.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. And that's just a testament to the running game for Summerville.
Yeah.
And at some point, the Panthers kind of have to know it's coming, but also have to be aware of the play action.
Well, that's exactly what happened in that drive pretty much, is that they used Green's legs to drive the majority of the field, and then once they got down and the Panthers were ready for it, as breaking through the line and getting taken down at the 30-yard line, is Jaron Fox on the kickoff. So some decent field position for the Panthers to start off this drive.
This possession has to end in a touchdown.
Yeah. Definitely.
There's only one way this possession can end, and that's with this score being 19-14.
Yeah.
And I think last drive, the defense just comes back and they get a stop. If they can do that, the offense has to score. Has to score. That's all. They have to do.
Shotgun set, 2 wide on the far side. They'll run the speed option. Hamilton pitches it out to Johnson. Johnson gets past one man, but is not able to get around the corner. Will get knocked down at the 34-yard line. But a good gain. Actually, they'll mark him at the 35.
But the only thing that I'm worried about here is you gotta keep running plays. You can't just sit there and you can't run all 40 seconds off the clock off the play clock off the game clock. Yeah, play clock every single time.
Mark Morris needs to have plays ready to go immediately.
Right.
Shotgun set, 2 wide on the far side. Hamilton takes a snap, hands it off to Johnson.
Livingston.
Oh, no, that is Livingston. He was held up right at the line at first, but is able to find a hole in the offensive line and is able to get a gain of 4, and it'll now be a 3rd and 1.
And this is what I was talking about in the first half. Just staying in front of the chains, staying ahead of the chains is all you really need to do on offense. If you just stay ahead in the chains, the offense will work itself out.
They'll go heavy, just one wide receiver out there. 2 tight ends plus the H-back. Khalil Johnson out there once more. Hamilton takes the snap. He'll run it himself, and he will just barely get to the line to gain. And that'll be enough for Tony McAfee, State Farm, Carolina Forest first down.
And it looks like another Carolina Forest first down.
And if you can kind of run a little bit more of a hurry-up offense, that's completely fine. The 3 yards in a cloud of dust football might be gone in some areas of the game, but
not
right
here.
now, not right now.
Shotgun set, 2 wide on either side. Hamilton takes the snap, speed option. He'll try to find a lane. Has to keep himself. He gets through the lane and is still on his feet. Finally still on his feet. A whole tsunami. Basically the entire Summerville defense has to come in to take him down, but not before he gets a first down and more. That'll be another Tony McAfee State Farm Carolina Forest first down. And he gets taken down at the 39-yard line of Summerville.
And the refs are stopping the clock for some reason.
Hey, it helps the Panthers.
It does. And what a run by Ethan Hamilton. He looked like he was just going to be stopped in the backfield.
Yeah.
And right there, he made a couple guys miss and was able to break off for a 20-yard run.
Shotgun set, 3 wide on the far side. Hamilton takes the snap. He'll hand it off. Livingston gets held up, but he's still on his feet and finally gets taken down after a gain of 1. And it'll be 2nd and 9.
Picks up a yard. 2nd and 11.
Second and 9 still manageable, though.
Yes.
That run is not the greatest.
Especially considering right now it has to be 4 down.
Right, it has to be 3rd down territory.
4
down territory. That's what I meant.
I know.
No, you're going to punt it on 3rd down.
Shotgun set, 2 running backs in the backfield. 2 wide on the near side. They'll hand it off to Johnson. Johnson tries to get through, but gets plowed down right at the line.
And
that
now,
is, I believe that was number 12, Quintrell Pettiford with the tackle.
And the one thing I don't like about that is they were running a triple option.
Yeah.
But they had Khalil Johnson going up the middle. If you're going to run that, I think Christopher Livingston going up the middle.
Needs
and
to
then
be
Khalil
the
Johnson
one to be the handoff guy, yeah.
Right.
So it'll be 3rd and 9 from the 39-yard line. 3-9.
Wow.
Shotgun set, 1 wide on either side. And a whistle is blown. Waiting
Both
on
sides
the
clapping.
call.
I don't know.
Waiting to see what the call is. And I'm guessing a timeout. Yeah, timeout was called by Carolina Forest. Which that doesn't help the Panthers moving forward in this game. Because
No, but like I said, I think you have to score on this drive.
Yeah.
And I think using a timeout here isn't the worst thing in the world.
Switch TV channels. Some of us switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch. But what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, State Farm agent Tony McAfee, right here in Carolina Forest, can switch you over so you can start saving today. Tony and his team are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. With Tony McAfee, it's easy to switch and save. Just give him a call. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
3rd and 9 from the 39-yard line for the Panthers, trying to keep this drive alive and cut into this 12-point deficit. 1:58 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Shotgun set, 1 wide on either side, 2 H-backs on the near side. They'll hand it off to Johnson. Johnson trying to find the corner, but he'll get stood up at the 41-yard line for a loss of 2. A combination of Jaden Kelly, who's a freshman, but already getting some looks, and Michael Woodfield with the stop in the backfield.
The refs are conferring. There was a couple of late hit, I believe, on.
He may have been out of bounds when that hit by Woodfield came in.
I don't think there's a flag down. They were conferring. There is a flag down on the far side.
And unsportsmanlike conduct on Summerville.
Wow.
So that will give the Panthers a first down, I believe.
It should be. That is huge.
Yeah.
So instead of losing 2 yards on the play,
you're gaining 15.
Right. That is massive.
And they're going to move it all the way up to the 28-yard line. And
I would say it should be an automatic first down.
Yeah,
yes,
well, even if it's not, that's where the chains are. It would have been a first down anyway, just based on the spot of the ball.
First down.
So the Panthers get a break on the unsportsmanlike conduct and get a new set of downs. Shotgun set, one wide on either side, and we talked about it. I wonder if that's that big mistake by Summerville that changes this game.
Mm-hmm.
Minute 48 left to go in the third quarter. And
they're
the
still
refs
talking.
are still conferring about something.
Is every game that we have going to be like this?
Yes.
Like Loris, the CMB
Yes.
Kickoff Classic was like this?
At least until probably, halfway through?
Region
Yeah,
play?
region play, yeah.
Finally letting play continue.
Hamilton takes the snap, hands it off to Johnson. Johnson breaks a tackle, gets around the corner, and gets taken down at the 21-yard line. They'll mark him down at the 22. That'll be a gain of 6. So it'll be 2nd and 4 from the 22 for the Panthers. And now you're seeing Khalil Johnson start to go outside a little bit more.
Yeah.
Minute 22 left to go. Minute 20 now left to go in the third quarter.
A score before the end of the third quarter
would be huge. They'll hand it off. Oh, no, Ethan Hamilton keeps it himself, but he gets waylaid in the backfield. They will say he got back to the line.
Me personally, I think that's the wrong read there.
Yes.
I think Khalil Johnson
Yeah.
had the outside,
Yeah.
and I think he could have had a big gain if he just gives Khalil Johnson that ball.
So this is a big 3rd and 3 right here for the Panthers. With 45 seconds left to go in the third quarter, it does not appear as though they are going to score before the half is over, barring a huge Khalil Johnson run, of course.
And we've seen it. We saw it last week, and we saw it this week.
Shotgun set, one wide on either side. Hamilton runs a fake and
Just
play action, tries to get away. He's
got
still
away.
on his feet. He's got a lane. He can go and find and still on
my
his feet.
God.
And he'll score the touchdown.
They're gonna check it. They're gonna check they got a touchdown. What a play by Ethan Hamilton. Oh my gracious. Mama, he's scary. He's running. Oh my God. Ethan Hamilton.
That was
with a crazy run. Okay, let's walk through that.
Yes.
So Khalil Johnson,
It was a broken play. Let's put it that.
He rolls. It was supposed to be a speed option. He goes right. He makes 2 guys miss. What an absolute play from Ethan Hamilton. And hey, I thought you said we were going to be able to see a count for his touchdown before the end of the quarter.
We
are
were right.
sitting here with 14 seconds to go, and we are sitting here in a one-possession game as J.J. Chaddock knocks down the extra point.
So let's run through this play real quick.
Okay.
So it looked like it was a fake read option into a speed option. And then the Green Wave defense covered it perfectly. Ethan Hamilton looked like he was dead to rights, completely surrounded on all sides. He's able to break away, pivot his feet, go the other way down the
Absolute play. Just that might be. We thought Khalil Johnson's 65-yard touchdown run was going to be the best play of the game. Barring something crazy in this ending of this game, which I think there might be.
2 crazy runs in this game for the Panthers.
Just absolutely ridiculous.
As the kickoff is up, and he'll squib it this time.
He hit it.
And, oh, wow, the Panthers
Go!
Get it!
Oh, it's out of
No.
bounds. Out of bounds.
But the Green Wave will have the ball at the 5-yard line.
Wow. A muffed kickoff.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be at the 7 or so yard line.
Huge opportunity for the
my
Panthers.
God.
Because, yes, they're only down by less than a touchdown here. But if they could get a safety here, they'd only be down by a field goal.
What a turn of events. The
Huge.
momentum has completely shifted.
The momentum has completely swung in Carolina Forest's favor. And this is basically the drive of the game.
Oh, yeah. Here. We're saying that in the third quarter.
Yeah. Well, only 10 seconds left to go in the third quarter.
Mr. Technicality.
Shotgun set, 2 wide on the near side.
You've got to know that they're going to hand this ball off. Though,
Yeah, they're going to hand it off to Green, definitely.
until a play action
And
comes.
they're going to set up in the pistol now. They're going to go with the pass, throwing it deep and incomplete.
And there's 5 seconds left.
Trying to go to Yannick Smith, but too far. And again, just Jaden Cummings just not very accurate in his passing.
Something to bring up, though.
Yes.
The special teams for Summerville has not been very good.
No.
If they have to punt from right here, could you imagine a blocked
punt
for a safety or a touchdown to
Yeah.
give the Carolina Forest Panthers offense the ball back?
5.2 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Shotgun set, 2 wide on the near side. Cummings takes the snap, hands it off to Green. Green spins away from one man, but is taken down at the 10-yard line.
Number 21,
Jonathan Rivas with the tackle, and that'll end the third quarter with the score 19-14. Panthers are in the hunt.
On the prowl?
Yes,
On
the
the
Panthers
prowl.
are on the prowl, and they are ready to potentially
Pounce.
get one of the biggest upsets in Carolina Forest history. We'll take a quick break and come right back with fourth quarter action here on the Carolina Forest Panther Football Network.
Comfort Dog Grooming Salon has been part of the Carolina Forest community pet grooming needs with quality and loving care for your pets for over 15 years. Large, medium, or small, they groom them all. They've always accepted new clients, and rebooking is easy. With 31 years experience with their staff, they're up to date on techniques and safety standards for all breeds, and the medical distance are no problem. They're active in your community with youth sports and lending a helping hand. Call them to be a part of the family with your furry friend. 843-903-4554 or at ComfortDogSalon.com. Or just stop by with your furry friend at 4006 Postal Way, Myrtle Beach.
Start the fourth quarter here, and I don't think, well, we both thought this game was going to be fairly close, but did you think that the Panthers were going to be less than a touchdown down going into the fourth quarter?
Short answer, no. Long answer, also probably no. It's just ridiculous how this Panthers team has shown up today.
And the defense is
It's
on
the
the
defense.
prowl right now with the Green Wave pinned deep in their own territory. 3rd and 6 from the 10. This is a big play in this game right here. Shotgun set, 3 wide on the far side for Summerville. They'll actually go with the pistol. Now they'll move Green over. Shotgun set. They'll hand it off to Green, and Green will get stuffed at the line.
Oh,
No
here
gain
we go.
for Summerville, and it is now 4th and 5.
Here we go. If they go for it here, I'd be so surprised.
They're not. Looks like
Cummings
they're
is
bringing in the punt team.
Yeah, Cummings is okay.
He's
they're
backing
they're
up.
Okay.
So the Panthers will get the ball in prime field position.
And like I mentioned, this special teams unit has not been good. They've got 2 blocked PATs already.
So we'll see if the Panthers try to go for the block punt. The snap, a little high. He is able to get it off, but it's a bad punt, and it will go out of bounds. They're going to mark it, I believe, at the 27-yard. Yeah, they're going to mark it at the 28-yard line of Summerville. So the Panthers The Panthers are just 8 yards away from the red zone to start this drive. And the crowd is getting loud.
Shoot, I'm about to be getting loud, too. This is the only game where I'm jealous of the people in the student section.
Hey, you get to call it. You get the excitement here.
No, you get to call it. I get to. Do the reactions.
You get to analyze. Shotgun set, one wide on either side. They'll hand it off to Johnson. Johnson gets through the first level, but not quite the second. Oh, no, he got it! He got through! And he's got it! Touchdown! And the Panthers have taken the lead!
There is a flag. There is a flag. There's a flag and a Summerville player down. There's a flag
I don't
down.
even know what happened there. He went into the scrum, and I thought he was down. And then he just popped out the other side and ran it into the end zone for the touchdown.
There is a flag down.
So we'll have to wait on the flag. And it's going to be a holding call on the Panthers, I believe.
No. He's talking to Mark Morse right now. If it was holding, he wouldn't be
talking. True, yeah. But I thought he pointed towards Carolina Forest, so I don't know.
Sections of the home team dropped a pair of glasses. They were found underneath the stands. So check your
face mask
on Summerville, and it will be
declined. I would assume, yeah.
Yeah, they're going to decline it, and that will be a Carolina Forest touchdown. And with 11:03 left to go in the game, the Panthers have taken their first lead of the night.
Holy cow. What am I watching right now? As we do feel for the Summerville player, he's being helped off to the sideline right now. And I wonder if that's what happened. Maybe he was the lead guy on the tackle, and he got hurt.
Yeah.
But I hope him well.
Yes, of course.
Touchdown, freaking Carolina Forest. But here's another thing. Even if the Panthers don't get this extra point, guess what? There's
I agree with the call, I think.
Yes, I honestly do too.
Hamilton takes the snap, speed option. He'll keep it himself, and he'll get held up right at the goal line and not quite able to get in. Close, but no cigar for Ethan Hamilton. And so with 11:03 left to go in the game, the Panthers lead by 1.
Okay, but here's the other thing. Even if this does come down to a field goal, we've already blocked 2 PATs.
Exactly.
Honestly, I am not completely worried.
Worried about a field goal. Yeah,
I am not at all.
Very true.
And it's nice to be kicking off after a score.
So, is this? I mean, granted, Carolina Forest receiving votes in the polls already this season.
This is the biggest upset in Carolina Forest history. This is the biggest win.
I agree with that, but do you think this is the biggest upset that will happen in the entire 2023 season?
That, actually, yes. And the only reason I say that is because it's almost like, okay.
And I'm talking statewide.
Right. I think the difference between, this is like the difference between the number 1 team in the state in 5A and the receiving votes team would almost be the same as like an Alabama and maybe a low team in the SEC, not like Vanderbilt,
Mississippi State or
Mississippi State or something like that. That would be a big upset in every college year, as J.J. Chaddock is going to kick off. And remember, they had a tough time fielding it last time. And actually, this one hit in the A.
Let it go.
So that will be at the 20-yard line. And if this Panthers defense holds on, we might be on the verge of something ridiculous.
And here's the other thing, too. Here's the other thing, too, that helps the Panthers. Well, 2 things. One, although this kind of hurts the Panthers if Summerville is able to score. But if the defense is able to hold up and not allow a score here, for one, Summerville's offense is almost exclusively running.
Right.
So they're going to run clock.
Right.
And then on top of that, the Panthers' offense is almost exclusively running. As they go heavy shotgun, 3 running backs in the back, they'll hand off to Green, who was the man in the pistol spot. and he'll get a gain of about 2. But the Panthers also run a lot, so they're going to, if they get the ball with the lead, they can essentially just run the clock out.
Right.
Although Summerville does have 3 timeouts left, Carolina Force only 2. So that may come into play as we head towards crunch time in this game. Shotgun set, 3 wide on the near side. Cummings takes a snap, 2-step drop, looking at a pass to the flat to Green. He'll make the catch and will get pushed out of bounds at the 26-yard line. And that'll make it a 3rd and 4. Actually, they'll mark him at the 25. So it'll be 3rd and 5.
This is a big play because
Yes.
3rd and 5, historically in this game, Summerville has thrown the ball in 3rd and 5 and 4th and 5. If they
And haven't done very well.
Right, it hasn't gone very well.
Shotgun set, 2 wide on either side. They'll move Green. They'll actually hand
Play
it.
action.
Oh, no, play action. Rolling out, has some room. Now he steps up. He'll get the first down and more and will stumble down and fall at the 34-yard line, and that's enough for a Summerville first down.
That's the problem with man coverage is everyone's playing their man.
Yeah,
and
so
the
you don't
scramble-
have time to turn around.
Right, and the scramble is always open.
Yeah. So Summerville gets a new set of down. But they almost had him contained right at the 30. He was just able to slip through 2 defenders.
Right.
Shotgun set, 2 wide on the far side. Cummings takes a snap, hands it off to Green. Green tries to get around the corner, and he
He's
will
not gonna
get
be able
held
to.
up right at the line of scrimmage. They will say he got a gain of 1, but that'll make it 2nd and 9. 9:15 left to go in this game. 20-19, Carolina Forest leads over the number 1 team in 5A, which I think, but regardless of who wins this game, that will not be the case come Tuesday.
Yeah. And no matter what the end of this game either has, I don't think Carolina Force is only receiving votes anymore.
Yes. Shotgun set, 2 wide on the near side. Cummings takes a snap, 5-step drop, looking, getting some pressure, now steps up into the pocket, still looking, and he throws it, and it is incomplete.
Hey, but that's the opposite of what happened on the 3rd and 5 play earlier.
Yeah.
It was a scramble, and the man defense was not able to turn around. Well, right there, the pressure got the man defense, and there was nowhere to go, and
He just
he
had
threw
to
it
throw
away.
it
Throw it
away.
away. Is it?
As long as the defensive front can keep contain on Cummings, it seems like the secondary have completely shut down this wide
What is going
receiving
on?
corps.
It looks like it's going against the Panthers.
Flag apparently holding on the
Bird.
defense, and that'll push Summerville up to their own 45.
Now, if I didn't know any better, that was kind of a late call.
Yeah.
I'd call some
I-
fishy stuff going over in the green
Shenanigans.
wave. I'd call some fishy stuff going over in the green wave.
Shotgun set, 2 wide on the near side. Cummings, 3-step drop, looking deep, and is caught. And going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown is Yannick Smith.
Yannick Smith
But
on the reception.
Go ahead.
I will say,
Lots
this,
of time.
This may be a blessing in disguise because you still have a lot of time, and that running game can use up a lot of clock. If you can score, obviously you need to score a touchdown, but if you can score, it could be down to 2-3 minutes left to go in the game.
And I would assume Summerville would go for 2 here because 25-20, go for the touchdown.
No,
Yeah,
they are going for it. Bunch quads on the near side for Summerville, and they'll pitch it. Oh, no, they'll go flea flicker, and it is caught for the 2-point conversion.
Pass number 84 on the reception.
That is Emery DeSaucer, who made the catch by Yannick Smith.
So, of course, on the one throw that Cummings hits, it's the touchdown pass.
Yeah.
Like, that's really what we're going with right now.
It's basically they're going all or nothing.
Right.
And now don't get me wrong. I think they made the right call, but now the fact that Carolina Forest missed their 2-point conversion imbalance gets wiped off the table.
Right. Here's the thing, though. If Carolina Forest goes down here and scores, I don't have faith in Cummings to do that for a 2-minute drill.
No,
I don't have faith in him to do
neither
that.
do I.
So
now it's basically just run down the clock and score.
Right. And
But
now
then
now if you score here, depending on timing, do you go for 2 points?
That's
the
the big question as the kick is up and it will be fielded at the 7-yard line. Breaking through the hole. Still got some room. Got one man to beat and he'll get taken down at the 35-yard line.
There's a flag down, though.
I have a feeling I know what that is.
Yeah. I have a feeling we all do.
Yeah.
There's a flag on the play. Now run back, courtesy of number 28, Jaron Fox.
Jaron Fox has had some pretty good runs, like kickoff returns today.
I completely agree.
And looks like they're going to push him back.
Looks like it's going against the Panthers, taking us back.
Waiting on the...
17.
They didn't make an official call, but I'm assuming it was like either holding or clipping or something. They'll put them back at the 17-yard line. Shotgun set. One wide on either side. Hamilton takes the snap, hands it off to Johnson. Johnson tries to find the edge and cannot. He'll get wrapped up in the backfield. That was number 43, Ike Rutherford, who got into the backfield.
Well, here's the other thing.
Takes the Panthers back about 3 yards.
We've seen
Second and 13.
this Panthers team in this game pull stuff out of nowhere. Just can they do it again?
Yeah, that's going to be the question. Shotgun set, one wide on either side. Hamilton, high snap, one-step drop, looking, passes it deep, wide open, and he drops it.
Wow.
Lawson Barnes wide open on the slant route, and he just is not able to hang on. And I don't know why the clock is still going.
I don't know either. I'm confused.
Yeah, that's going to hurt the Panthers.
Yeah.
Shotgun set, 3 wide on the far side.
Yeah, the clock is still moving. I don't know what's going on.
Hamilton takes a snap, 3-step drop, looking far side, and it is a high pass, incomplete. And it's still running.
It's still running. It's still going. Oh, yeah, it stopped now. But this is the game. 4th down. 4th and 13.
Shotgun set, 2 wide on either side. Empty.
They're going to punt.
Wow.
That is.
Mark Morris trusting his defense.
Which, to be fair,
they've done well.
They've done well.
And they will down it at the 40-yard line. So with 6:46 left to go, which really should be more like 7:30.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we have a keychain with keys up in the press box. Looks like it's a Ford. We have a keychain up at the press box with some keys. Looks like it's a Ford. Check your pockets. If you got a Ford, you might want to come up to the press box.
So 6:46 left to go in the game. Panthers need a quick stop here, and what also doesn't help is that they only have 2 timeouts.
What they really need is just a fumble.
Yeah, they need a turnover.
Right, they need a turnover, and if they don't get that, then they need just a quick 4 and out and get their offense back on the field to score a touchdown right now.
The people who sponsor us. Visit our Panther apparel trailer.
Referee timeout. I don't know what the stoppage is for, but
waiting on something.
something or other.
Again, we have a lanyard with some keys on them. 4 keys. Come up and identify the lanyard and claim your keys.
They'll go heavy shotgun again. 3 running backs, 1 next on either side of Cummings, as well as Green behind him in the pistol slot. Cummings hands it off to Green. Green bounces through the hole and will get taken down by a prowl of Panthers at the 49-yard line. That'll be a gain of 3 for him.
And it's just going to be – it's got to be a quick stop, though.
Yeah. They need a 3 and out here.
They do.
Much. And looks like Summerville is just going to try to run this ball right down Carolina Forest's throat.
Yeah.
Once again going heavy shotgun. They'll once again hand it off.
Play action.
No, play action, and he'll throw it.
Incomplete.
And we'll see if they
– Whoa.
Are they going to say – oh, yeah, they're going to say he caught it.
Wow.
If
No.
you're off and you need to get a ride home tonight, make sure you call for a ride.
So that'll be enough for a
Wow.
Summerville first down.
The good news is, though, he went out of bounds. It stopped
Yeah,
the
so
clock.
it stops the clock.
But, wow, that's a iffy call.
First and 10.
They'll go pistol, 2 wide, plus the H-back on the far side. Snap, hands it off to Green. Green gets a big hole and is taken down at the 35-yard line for a gain of 6, and he'll make it 2nd and 4.
Look, even if this game doesn't end in the Panthers' favor, this game was great.
And it was still a good, obviously Summerville, while I don't think they necessarily deserve to be number 1, they're still a very good team in 5A. So the fact that the Panthers hung with them throughout the game is still a good sign for the remainder of the season. Pistol set, 2 wide on the far side, plus the H-back. Play action pass. Throwing it down the field, and...
No, incomplete.
Waiting
No, he
for
didn't.
the
Wow.
signal, and he caught it.
Wow.
Hey, that's why he's going to East Carolina. Yannick
Yeah.
Smith with the catch under heavy pressure. And that is a Summerville touchdown. And
That one is probably going to put the
that
nail.
pretty much puts the nail in the coffin for Carolina Forest. It'll be interesting to see, can the Panthers go 3 for 3, though?
And blocked PATs?
Yeah.
That is just... No.
No.
But the
I
PAT's
think
still
he
no good.
missed it. Yeah, he still missed it wide left.
And the point after is no good. But with 5 minutes left in the game, the Green Wave leads 33.
And they blocked one last year, so.
Yeah. So 2 today, and there was 1 last
Yeah.
year. Yeah, it was the Stratford game.
No, St. James.
They blocked one on
Well,
they blocked
okay,
one
they
in the
blocked
Stratford
one
game
in
as
the
well.
Yeah. So they've had a couple of blocks each of the last 2 seasons.
I'll tell you what, though, I had some fun tonight.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think
I mean, it would have been way better if they would have been able to win. But
I think that now going into next game, I think if we don't beat Oceanside, I might be a little disappointed.
yeah.
As in before, I was not going to be surprised if we went 0-3.
Yeah, yeah. But, I mean, we talked about it before this game. Just the fact that they hung with Summerville in this game is still a very good sign for the remainder of the season.
I agree.
As it's a short kick, high bounce, fielded by the Panthers and taken down at around the 19-yard line.
I mean, however, you really never know.
Yeah.
Number 47.
I mean, we've seen Khalil Johnson bring off a big run already this game.
But then you would need an onside kick.
Hey, J.J. Chaddock is good for more than just PATs.
Fair enough.
Now take the ball to the 19-yard line. Well, it's 1st and 10 for the Panthers.
Panthers start this drive off at the 19-yard line. Shotgun set, 2 wide on either side.
Play call looks like it's not coming in.
Yeah.
They're all confused.
And the play clock is running down, and Carolina Force is going to have to take their second timeout of the half, and that is huge.
Timeout, Panthers.
Yeah, I think even if
Because
with one timeout, even if they get a touchdown and a stop, I don't think there would be enough time.
There's not enough time, yeah. Especially, like, if this were last year's team with Scott Saylor and throwing bombs, maybe. But this team, I mean, unless you get lucky, like in the soccer team game a couple of years ago, and get 3 pass interferences to push you down to the 1-yard line.
Lawson is my age. Lawson's a senior.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be kicking himself later
for
tonight
dropping that
dropping that pass.
Yeah.
Think about how different this game might be if
he had caught
that ball.
Yeah.
First and 10.
So now the Panthers on the field once more. Shotgun set, 2 wide on either side. Hamilton takes the snap, hands it off to Johnson. Johnson's got wide open lane. He's got a couple men to beat. He's still on his feet. Breaks one tackle and gets taken down at the 44-yard line.
Uh-oh.
Johnson is a force to be reckoned with.
Khalil Johnson starting to cook, and that'll be another Tony
They have to go fast.
Yeah.
They have to go fast. If they're going to run this football, they got to go fast.
That'll be another Tony McAfee State Farm Carolina Forest first down.
Clock at 5 minutes to
Carolina Forest first down.
They got to keep going fast.
4:51 left to go.
First and 10.
I mean, what's good is that
Summerville just took a timeout.
And Summerville will say we need a timeout.
Oh, here we go. Hey, it's not over till it's over.
We'll take a quick break, come right back with more Carolina Forest Panther football action.
Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights. We switch TV channels. Some of us switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch. But what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, State Farm agent Tony McAfee, right here in Carolina Forest, can switch you over so you can start saving today. Tony and his team are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. With Tony McAfee, it's easy to switch and save. Just give him a call. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
First and 10 for the Panthers from Summerville's 40.
If there's a touchdown in the next, say, probably minute and a half.
What do you do then?
I
would still onside kick, I think.
I would onside kick it and hope for the best.
Yeah. 4:51 left to go in the game. Panthers down by 2 touchdowns. Down by 13.
First and 10.
Shotgun set, 2 wide on either side. Hamilton, speed option. He'll keep him. Now pitches it out to Khalil Johnson. Khalil Johnson gets through the lane. He's got one man to beat, and he'll get pushed back
Gotta go
at the
fast.
25-yard line, but they'll stop the clock on the first down. 4:43 left to go in the game. That'll be another Tony McAfee State Farm Carolina Forest first down.
Gotta go fast.
Yeah.
I keep saying it, but you gotta be Sonic on this drive.
First and 10, the ball's on the 29-yard line.
First and 10, ball on the 24-yard line. They'll snap it. Read option. Hamilton trying to find a lane. Still on his feet. And gets taken down at the 21-yard line.
There's a flag down.
And there is a flag.
Number 52.
And I hate to say it. And unfortunately, there's nothing that, anyone can do about it now. And it's ironic that it happened here instead of on the road. But that clock issue may come back.
There was at least
like
a minute and a half.
40 seconds at least that came off the clock.
Holding on Summerville.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
And that will put the Panthers in the red zone.
Oh, my God.
Takes the ball down to the
That'll put the Panthers at the Summerville 12-yard line.
first and 10. Ball's on
Here
the
we
12.
go.
Shotgun set, 2 wide on either side.
The clock stops, so it's 4:30. Why are we running the clock, though? The clock shouldn't be running, should
Yeah, I don't think so.
It's a penalty, right?
Yeah. They'll snap it, hand it off to Johnson. Johnson tries to find a lane,
He's not going to have
but
one.
he gets stuffed basically right at the line. Does get a gain of 2.
Leo Johnson on the carry.
You got to go. You
Yeah,
gotta go
they
fast
got to
here,
go.
Tackled by
4 minutes left to go in the game.
Pickup of
And this is kind of similar. This is very similar to the Oceanside game now
Yeah.
from last year, where its clock management needs to be way better.
It's not horrible right now, though.
Yeah.
Still got 3:50 to go.
Shotgun set, 2 wide on either side. Hamilton takes the snap, speed option. He'll keep it himself. He's got one man to beat, and he gets into
Touchdown.
the end zone for the touchdown.
Oh, my God.
And just like that, it is now a 7-point game once again, and the extra point will once again put it to 6.
Oh, my God. It's going to count again. The extra point missing is
Yeah.
going to count again.
3:39 left to go.
Holy cow.
The extra point is up and good.
No good. No good.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no.
Oh. And now it is a full field goal game, or full touchdown game, excuse me.
that was a nice score.
3:39 left to go in this one, a 1-possession game. And now the question is, do the Panthers
I
go
think you
for
have
the
to onside.
I agree.
I don't think there's enough time in
No,
this game
especially with only one timeout
Right.
left. This right here is pretty much the game.
I wouldn't, honestly, though, I wouldn't go that far.
True.
Because
Looks like the Hans team is on the field.
here we go.
Here we go. J.J. Chaddock sets the ball up for the onside kick. And we'll see what he tries to do with it.
Oh, the ball rolls on the tee. Oh, my God.
The drama intensifies
Yeah.
with the ball falling off the tee. And once again, here we go. The onside kick is put up, and
Did he get it?
We'll have to wait to see on the signal.
Oh my God,
the Panthers got it! The Panthers have the ball in Summerville territory.
Panthers have the ball. Oh my God!
With 3:36 left to go in the game, the Panthers have the ball in Summerville territory and a chance to tie the game.
Oh my God! Oh my God! JJ Chaddock, I didn't think I could love a kicker so much. Oh my God! Holy cow.
1st and 10, ball on the 47-yard line of Summerville.
And now that one timeout where the field position is, that does matter now because the one timeout is enough to get you down the field.
Yeah. Shotgun set, 2 wide on either side. Hamilton takes the snap, hands it off. Oh, no, keeps it himself. He breaks through the line and is able to get a gain of 3. And that'll make it 2nd and 7.
You got to hurry up
here. Yeah, you got to hurry up, but at the same time, you have 3 minutes. It's not like you're down to the wire, right?
Yeah, but I just don't.
At the same time, though, do you really want to give Summerville any time on the clock?
Again, there's that one big passing touchdown.
Yeah.
But also,
he hasn't been very good at passing otherwise.
Right.
True. Shotgun set, 3 wide on the near side. Hamilton takes the snap, hands it off to Johnson. Johnson breaks through the line and will get stood up right at the first down marker.
There's another flag, though.
There is a flag.
Tackled by number 52, Evan Howell-Smith.
Hey, so I told you before we went on air, if we win this game, that I'm storming the field. Look, it's getting to that point. It's getting there. You're going to have to take a video for the network.
I have a mission for you.
Yes, sir.
That you're going to do. Are you good at video stuff?
I am decent.
Okay. I want you to, when Khalil Johnson posts the huddle video, get that run and superimpose my call on it.
Yes, sir.
And we're posting that on the Twitter.
So illegal formation on the Panthers, which isn't horrible because it's not holding, and that doesn't push them back as far.
Yeah.
So
the ball back to the 50-yard line, where it will be 2nd and 12.
So instead of like 2nd and 15, it's 2nd and 12, and that's a lot more manageable.
So it'll be 2nd and 12 from the 50. Shotgun set, 3 wide on the near side. Hamilton looking for a call.
10 seconds on the play clock.
Hamilton takes a snap, speed option. He'll keep it himself, and he'll get taken down at the 47-yard line. Just gets back to the original line of scrimmage. And there is 2:15 left to go in the game.
Yeah, this is not the. Now you gotta go. Now you gotta go. Hurry up.
3rd and 10. Shotgun set, 3 wide on the far side. Hamilton takes the snap. Will go screen pass. Oh no!
It's a fake.
Oh my God! Fake. And it is caught at the 18-yard line.
Oh my God! They are bringing out all the stops.
Yeah, they are.
Oh my gracious! Hey, so what would be like? We gotta figure out a play for that, like a name for that play, because Philly isn't gonna work.
Yeah,
oh
my
God!
Forrest.
Timeout, Summerville.
Summerville calls a timeout. And we'll take a quick one with them. 1:53 left to go in the game. Panthers down by a touchdown, but in the red zone. We'll be right back.
Comfort Dog Grooming Salon has been part of the Carolina Forest community pet grooming needs with quality and loving care for your pets for over 15 years. Large, medium, or small, they groom them all. They've always accepted new clients, and rebooking is easy. With 31 years experience with their staff, they're up to date on techniques and safety standards for all breeds, and the medical conditions are no problem. They're active in your community with youth sports and lending a helping hand. Call them to be a part of the family with your furry friend. 843-903-4554 or at ComfortDogSalon.com or just stop by with your furry friend at 4006 Postal Way, Myrtle Beach.
Welcome back as we are
Did they say it was incomplete?
I guess so. I thought for sure he caught it. But they're going to call it an incomplete pass somehow. Summerville doing that shenanigans again.
Heard shenanigans. 4th and 10. This is it.
This is the game right here. Shotgun set, 2 wide on either side. Hamilton looking for the play call. Play clock starting to run down. Hamilton gets a snap off. 3-step drop, looking deep. Throws it down the field, and it is intercepted.
Damn.
And that is ball game.
Wow. Oh.
It was a good run by the Panthers, but just could not.
No flags on the play.
Wow.
I don't know what happened,
I don't know how they
called that incomplete.
They called it a catch on the field.
Yeah, they called it a catch on the field
and
initially.
then they came back from the timeout, and it was all the way back there.
Summerville, yeah. We know what happened. And they'll go shotgun, 1 wide on either side. Hands off to Green. Green gets through the first line and will get taken down at the 22-yard line, right at the first down marker.
Yeah, that.
They'll mark him just short of the first down, but at this point, and Carolina Forest takes their last time out.
I don't know why the clock stopped.
Yeah, well.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah. Or not.
I don't know what's going on. Wow, what a game.
And now looks like, oh, never mind. Thought they were setting up in victory formation. And whistle is blown.
And they're just going to magically put 25 seconds back on the play clock.
Okay.
Sure. Hooray.
And you can just feel the air taken out of this place. You know, you were thinking they had a chance, especially thinking going into the timeout that was a completed pass.
Right.
Panther faithful still trying to get loud in the black hole. Snap. Hands it off to Green. Green bounces it to the outside, and we'll get the first down and more. And that will just about do it.
That
49 seconds left to go in the game.
Ball's on the 21, the 26-yard line.
And now, now looks like they're going to set up in the victory formation. And they'll take the knee, and that will do it.
And that should be the ball game, folks.
wow. Just honestly though, it was a great game.
Yeah, it was a good game, and the fact that the Panthers were able to stay in this game and basically outside of some clock issues and some confusing calls.
Yeah, there realistically should probably still be a minute 40 left on this game clock.
Yeah. I mean, not that I don't know if it would have really mattered,
right?
But the clock issue and that call on and we thought Summerville was calling the timeout because of the reception.
Right.
So I don't know what happened there. And so, yeah, some questionable things happening in this game, but nevertheless, Panthers lose this one in a tight one, 33-26. But even then, I think the Panthers showed that they belong in the upper echelon of 5A.
If we aren't ranked next week, I will have some people to go fight because That was a great game.
Yes, it was. And keeping it close against the number 1 team in the state in 5A, which I don't think that'll last after this week. But we'll have to wait and see. Panthers fall to 1-1. Summerville 1-0 on the season. Do we have any stats?
Yeah, I do, but a lot of them are Khalil Johnson running. Got Khalil Johnson at 174 rushing yards and then the 2 touchdowns. And then Ethan Hamilton I got on the also 2 rushing touchdowns for him as well, and 97 rushing yards. So, and then a few other miscellaneous plays. There was not another completed pass by Finney Mahood after the first half. So one of those things where the offense, honestly, it showed up. This is one of those games where there's not a whole lot that you can take away from and be like, that's what we should have done better to win this game.
Yeah.
I think that first drive really messed us up for that first half. But other than that, there's not a whole lot I can really say.
Yeah, just a few unfortunate breaks for the Panthers. So once again, final score 33-26. Panthers lose a tight one to Summerville. They'll face off against Oceanside Collegiate here at Panther Stadium next week. And we will have all that action for you. So once again, final score 33-26. Summerville win it. For Preston Payne, I'm Brandon Biscobing saying so long, and we'll talk to you guys next